Yeah, man. It feels like it's been way too long, and just
It does.
get back into pro play, man, and alongside yourself. But yeah, man, like you said, obviously being one-sided on the Angela front, you know, she got all those buffs to compensate them taking away a little bit of her dive and, you know, kidnap ability, and then
Okay,
they
chat,
gave her
let's
it
see
back.
it.
So she's the best of all worlds. Iffy, though, has not played much, at least in the group stage.
Let's see it. Let's see it. Come on,
reason
bring it
to.
back. Bring it
Well, the
back.
time beat now, Jet Bubbles to shoot the teams out the gate ship. Here we go.
Yeah, like you're saying.
So TTK is on
getting rid of some of that over health off the
the
bleed. Made him
Deadpool
significantly
tank.
worse into poke, which ultimately gave Angela a buff on top of the buff. So
pretty interesting.
off
100
we
Thieves
go,
Cub. I
folks,
like
Doomed.
it.
Trying to dive backwards for the moment. Some pressure is launched early here from Vinny, who will be playing a little more dive focus with TTK on that Van Pool. We've seen a little bit of play today. Down goes one as Tones gets picked off immediately from Delena. And the pressure is matched right back as Self falls from Iffy.
Okay, I was about to say, this guy was missing so many shots. Come on, Regis. Pop off, man.
Showing that just Angela pick already coming to light. And obviously, you know, we know that Delena has played Star-Lord the most, actually, out of the group stage when you look at their hero pool, and it hasn't been affected too much. So I think he's right at home, as they've always been. Interesting to see Vinny and TTK swap to what's comfortable for them. I know Tank Pool was one of Vinny's more played. Venom 4's somewhat the bottom. He's more of the cap focus, but this is the team and what they choose to go for. The team has not capped yet. No team at that. 100 Thieves are going to be the first to lap potential, as we're going to go ahead and have the, Banhammer come out early.
Yeah, Banhammer, they're likely going to be upgrading that first, folks. It is definitely the way, as it does help you out and ensure that it does a little more damage if they do miss shots.
Bro,
and
I like
actually,
how
use it on Angela, if she misses her
Cozy and
dash,
Shib
it actually
cast,
counts
they're just
the
like
miss shot
very
every millisecond that she's
informative,
moving.
bro. Like,
Take
hey,
that into
hey,
ladder with
when
you
you
use it to
pick
counter
this
Angela a little
character,
bit.
make sure you buy
Able
this
to
upgrade
drop
first, bro,
Winnie
because
there.
that's like the
Now
best thing you can do. I
Sigtrid
like
trying to get
it.
this point, but nobody's got it yet. We're still a third of the way capped from 100
Also,
Thieves side.
all these
Vinny
ults are getting
goes
popped
into
and no one
the
has the
abyss.
point
Delena
yet. That's
itself
crazy.
now.
Looks like
And
100
we're not
Thieves
quite
takes
done
it.
yet. Going to be able to find two, but it's matched back by the BRB.
Chad, it doesn't look like 100 Thieves
And
takes
now
it.
Doomed is going to find Millennium.
Wow, this is going back and forth here. Getting Rita's biggest threat out is massive, but then losing Linnea there.
Wow,
and if you look at
STD
just
comes
depth
out
per
on
minute
top.
As well, they're some of the highest in the strategist front. These teams have been locating these backline strategists and giving their team the upper hand, even without your biggest threat on the field. So now you've got Stick Drift STD. I refuse to call, man. It's like, you got to go with Stick Drift Gaming, all right?
Yeah. It's tough.
They're looking good, though. They've got the legendary, obviously, to pair up if you want to get that combined with anything. Choose not to, and just like that, easy pickings could be from Delena on the opposite answer. And 100 Thieves, man, they get this point.
Damn,
right back to
they
their
just
name.
came back and took the point
Double
right
commitment
away,
there.
bro.
Actually, yeah, it's just off the back of the combo that we've known to grow and love. But, you know, you look over at Stick Drift. Doom does have ult available, but Logan committed. They did not do it at the same time.
How do you
Thieves,
stop
They're going to be
STD?
matching pace.
Just
and
make
that's
sure
what
you,
want
like, you
here.
know,
Galactic Legend with that Raging Royal Flush is just
if they dive your back line, just
unbelievable combo,
try to have a
and
lot
you
of
always see
protection.
success with it. So I'll say that not only was that a good point win here in return for 100 Thieves, but keeping them on pace together, it's going to be another buff.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, really, these strategy tools are just coming out on fire as the Rocket already has their ready to go again. Self just getting one pick from this would be massive, or at least some attention drawn their way. The Banhammer going on Doomed is going to make it a bit tough to be legend in that moment. Delena picking up the best from that. With this, Heaven
Good
falling,
Banhammer.
Shouldn't find much grace of it. The rest coming back up, and just like that, this 100 Thieves looking strong and staying strong, standing tall here.
Yeah, really good decision there by TTK. Tones finds Vinny. Now Stick Drift trying to match this up. Should be roughly even right now as Doomed is coming back after that ultimate combination. Delena just dancing on point for the moment. You can see the positioning here of the strat line. Playing together, prepping for this cap dive that starts right now. Will it get value? Pulls out some cooldowns. But Gambit is able to escape. TTK falls from Regis with a Kraken impact. Who's looking to reset. Will we see more here? Keep on the target on point.
I love Regis just having this character because it just represents him as a player so well, right? Putting the team on the back and snowballing as the hero and the duelist that he is. Again, folks, you're looking at one of the best in America to do it, as if he is eyes in the sky. There's so much to look at if you are going to be on the side of 100 Thieves. I love Stick Drift Gaming's comp here. They're going to go and see if they can just annoy, pick, and cry out the Delena finally quickly, as Vicky would say with the shift kebab spear.
Yeah,
My
this
problem with
definitely
Delena is
the
that
first match we were kind of
he
thinking
does.
it would be,
I feel like
they're
he
turning it back and forth.
before
maybe
he
gotten
didn't really have a lot of
on either
good
side.
ults,
It's
and
gonna
he
be,
died
you
a
rarely
lot.
see something like this where it's 60% on both sides. That's just some really good ultimate play. Vinny and Winnie with ult available. Delena going to be close, but that pick is huge from Doom to drop Delena prior to the combination.
Thanks for the long stream today. Don't worry, tomorrow it's going to be the same thing,
You
guys.
see Doom trying to get that ult charge, get that combination.
Tomorrow's going to be another long stream. Starts at 7 a.m. again. Taylor is. Appreciate the massive new tier 1 sub.
A bit more aggressive, particularly with the ult that they had on the strat front here. Obviously, Winnie's going to save his for the response, and Dylan is going to match it. So they should be able to get the pick where needed. Regis being the first to fall. That res coming in clutch, as always, is going to cause Blaze to throw up C as well. So they've got to make some use of it, but all 100 Thieves focus on getting that ult right out of here. Placement maybe could have been a bit tighter, and now it's going to be Silent Blaze just trying to stay alive through Vinny and what they can continue to disrupt. What you want to do the most on Venom. Obviously, you have that quick pop of the ult to get the one hit.
Oh no, Vinny, bro. Vinny.
Gaming nearly hitting that cap. Stopping right before it. Not a bad answer from 100 Thieves.
Yeah, I mean, this is going to be a battle of the alts here for potentially the final fight. Millennia and Self with a combination coming up likely on point. Doomed and Regis, but Doomed is going to be the threat in the sky. And you can see in a moment Tones and Iffy with ults available shortly too. So theoretically,
no, won't be tomorrow be a little longer because there's more EMEA matches than today. No.
The two that they've got available.
There's 4 matches tomorrow, I believe.
Let's see what happens.
Yeah, actually, I like a lot what Stick Drift has. If they can win this fight, I think they're going to end up taking the point. Just with how things are going to rotate. Delina, Vinny, and friends a mile away. Go and burst through this beacon if they can to the Sia. They do just that. So Regis now going to get the snowball rolling. Pushed all the way down the hill. Millennia goes down. You're going to have the Strange come out here pretty early if they look to do so. 99% though, it's 100 Thieves. They're still comfortable on that King of the Hill. TTK finds one in Tones. Hold on now.
No, there's 4 matches tomorrow, chat. 4 matches.
Close, as I just said, I didn't want to call it. You have to in quick action. Regis finds another ship. This is going down to the wire, but looks comfortably Stick Drift.
Yeah, I don't think a portal's coming in time. That should be Stick Drift, and it is, folks. And what a back and forth there for the first map on Dom. That is what we're looking for between these two teams. Stick Drift, though, they did have ult advantage, really good communication, and that is how you win those final fights. It's all about getting value at the right time and not falling to that combination from Self. I don't think Self was able to find any picks through that, but that's just the product of going right into a Captain America Freedom Charge.
A little first game nerves here, I feel like, from both teams, right? Like no huge dominating performance from really anybody to highlight of, significance. Obviously, I would say that I am impressed with how the backline has been for 100 Thieves. They're looking a bit cleaner out there, and funny enough, Winnie being over on that Gambit was kind of inverse of what they were doing last time. So swapping some stuff up, both in the Vanguard and backline roles, but Delena is the heartbeat of the team, right? That has continued to be what this 100 Thieves team is all about. 60 limbs, matching Regis to the name. Gates back open. Will 100 Thieves be able to fight back? It will be a quick, shocking.
Bubba doesn't want treats.
Here we go again as we see the next map open up. Winnie and Millennia walking forward. Both the strategists just trying to catch up on both sides. See immediately the BRB being brought out. Iffy with ult available could start the tone properly. Logan going to be close by. Same with Winnie. They're going to be big Rage and Royal Flush combinations, but it's like Delena's going to be the closest with the Galactic Legend pairing. Iffy now tries to find the tackle. Does not get value with it. Good idea for the moment as Winnie gets the first pick on the Tones. A big start here for 100 Thieves, but Psyche lied the BRB right back. Tones into the fight.
Yeah, that res is huge as Heaven falls down. This is actually one of the better Angela maps that you can get so much value when you're going to go
is she tickling him? It doesn't seem like she's doing any damage.
Would have liked to see the hit there. Either way, Self is going to go down. Trying to go for the off, but either way, points still not in their name. Doom finds another in Winnie, and that's going to give them all that momentum. Vinny can maybe stall best. The limit choose to use early tip. Do you like this?
I don't know. They're down numbers here. Vinny trying to combine. Okay, now I like it. There was a prime target there. It said, get rid of the Gambit. Let's try to take this back quickly, but no, does fall for it. If they were able to escape in that moment, I wouldn't have minded it, but now it's just a little bit of an overcommitment for not enough value, so it looks like this point will be taken here by a Stick Drift shortly. Almost use the acronym as well. Iffy gonna off-map Vinny. That's a tough look. Goodbye, Venom. And that point will be theirs.
Yeah, not sure if I like that piece of the
both casters don't want to say STD.
I get that point. I guess they're just going to capitalize everything to get the Gambit out of it. But either way,
come here, Bubba.
They fight aggressive. They're a team that definitely is not passive in any regard. And Doom has been looking really clean on the Star-Lord, which again, they played mostly in the group stage. Hasn't really lost a lot of momentum that they had as a hero. Regis again with that Kraken impact, ready to roll. You go to throw the C up first with the spin to win. Vinny finds 2, and there you go. At least some opening for Thieves.
Yeah, it's a good pick set there from Vinny. Very aggressive. It's what they needed. Is going to be in a decent position right now. Trying to get this point back before 40%. Stalling is still going to be there from Iffy. Was holding on with the Angie. Still maintains presence on point. How are you still healthy? Goodbye. As Self drops 1. Make it 2 now as Delena cleans that up. Regis trades with Self. And we see Vinny and TTK find a few more. Everybody back on the field for 100 Thieves with ult advantage. Will they be able to get this 42% back?
Yeah, I kind of like what they have here ult-wise, too. You've got Winnie for the next fight. Obviously, Silent Blaze will be able to get the C up. And by then, to match on over to Logan, you can at least have a little trade of the mirror comp and opposites, if you will, in that backline. Iffy, what value can they find? Has the Heaven Falls, doesn't need it too much at the moment, as now Self just trying to pick that fight with the one-wing Angel, and there it is. They're going to choose to go aggressive as Silent Blaze, everybody rolling with the Doom, finds a quick rocket pick. Keeping the odds, TK continues, and that's where the res comes in handy.
You want your more treats?
Give, once again, Stick Drift that advantage.
I mean, these BRB placements must just be disgusting because I haven't seen a single one fall yet. They're always getting value. Delena is able to find one now, and it's more so maybe just because teams aren't diving as much, and it's more so in the hands of one or two. And Iffy, there's another off map on Vinny. Goodbye. TTK goes down from Doomed, who's going to keep it collapsing. Goodbye Vinny, to another pick here.
Did Vinny go off the map?
Also falls. Really well done by Stick Drift on the retake. And this just seems to be the case here, as we're likely going to see Delena come back in with ultimate and potentially Self.
Ooh, but that's a good little stagger there. Delena going to go ahead and have to get back with the team. But yeah, per what you said, I mean, at this point, if they're even able to hang on and get, that ult charge a bit more for Stick Drift, they can play back and forth one more time to end up having the same result as map 1, but can Self do it himself as he puts the team potentially on his back going against Iffy.
Oh my god, I was almost going to say, come here, Vinny.
Going down
here,
to
Bubba.
1, up to full. The strats on lock, and that is really just showing why this backline is so good at that healing per second.
Yeah, TTK is able to find Redis here. The retake's almost through. His Self's trying to collapse towards that backline. Everybody's going to be low as Vinny
There's still some more cheats in there. Come on.
Ever closer to that freedom charge. Another pick from TTK. Tone's back in the fight, but the point has switched. If you can find the pick after the BRB, that is pretty much guaranteed stagger. And you see Self trying to make that happen. But the escape has started from the guy who just never stops sprinting. His Tone's 85%.
Yeah, and winning that in the neutral shift was just a W for the team, right? Because now they have such a good defense to be able to hold up to what they need. This is where you want to play that aggression even more because they definitely outmatch Stick Drift if needing to pull any of the emergency levers of those ultimates. Going up top, trying to continue to hit. Waiting patiently, waiting for that go button, whether it be the ult or just the neutral. And again, this is great play from them, not having to use anything to just kind of stay in this race and farm up that point cap.
Yeah, it's been much cleaner here from 100 Thieves. Like you said, just using that one ultimate Daredevil, it's really not that impactful and be able to take point with that and then use this fire to hold on.
Nice, but she gets res, bro. That's bad.
Now, got to get it within 3%, and there is the hold. Up goes another Galactic Legend, stalling for the moment as if he's able to drop TTK off map. Didn't have any jumps available there. The ult commitment flies out. Can Iffy hold on? Crack an impact now.
You're going to get the resets. You're going to get the resets.
But that is a ton of ult commitment. You look over at 100 Thieves, they got nothing
Wait,
left.
Redis tried to... Oh my god, Redis missed and fell into the pit.
Yeah, that high
He tried to hit the rocket. Oh my god, but the rocket also fell off the map.
With Logan, man, ready.
I think he was resetting. Oh my god, dude.
On ice skates, as Blade says, they're gonna have to just play perfect as Logan gets him that advantage.
You guys saw that? Dude, that's what you learned from Jay3. That's not true.
Impact player in Delena. Goodbye, goes Star-Lord. This gives everything Stick just needs to make the shot.
Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh my god.
This Angelus has been so valuable.
STD taking the first map over 100 Thieves.
They're forced to switch thing here to stay healthy on point. That's
crazy.
To do it, folks. Stick Drift Gaming looking so clean here. They're able to take this home 2-0.
Chip, are you shocked at all? I mean, obviously one team is all together, one just on the ping, and then there's no communication issue or no connection issue, at least in the teamwork department. I'm impressed with how Stick Drift, handled not only the pick ban phase, but man, it just felt like their rotation, even with that good neutral fight that 100 Thieves had, was just better in each way from the ultimate standpoint.
Yeah, it's like every time I see Stick Drift, they just look better and better. I mean, yeah, they've had some L's in the group stage towards the end, but this team has got a lot of talent. I think this team, we will see them moving forward far pretty much in this tournament, whether it's on the lower side or potentially on the winner's side. We'll see how that shakes out here in a moment. But yeah, Thieves, I think the first map was a little rough for them. I think map 2, like you said, looked a lot cleaner. But at that point, I think when you're just going into a freedom charge,
I don't know what's wrong, bro. I should be predicting every single game right in NA.
Just using cap alone, and I think that value is huge.
NA is a clown fiesta, bro.
And then the duelist front just always seem to land with ultimates, and that's doing their job.
Well, guys, we know 100 Thieves is one of the best to come back in best of 5, so don't go anywhere. We're going to take a quick break and then get right back to match number 2.
Yeah, bro, I don't know what's going on right now, man. NA is a clown fiesta, man. There's no way, chat. There's no way my 100 Thieves loses, right? Yo, no fret. Preacher Massive 16 months. And Debert, Preacher Massive 200 bits. Hey J3, when TTK turns 21 and has to do a name rebrand, what is best? Top tier. I don't even get the first part. Why would TTK need to do a rebrand at 21? Oh, because his name is Top Tier Kid. Oh, nah, bro. That's funny. He fell off the map. Uh-oh. No, he's just gonna change his name. Instead of TTK, it's gonna be like TTM or something. Top tier man. I don't know. Or TTGAA. Top tier grown ass. Oh no, TTGAM. Top tier grown ass man. I don't know. No, bro, you don't need to change your name. Top tier kid can always just be his name. Ikai Wolf, 3 months and 4 months. Trapashusif, 3 months and 2 months up. Isn't there a person that is a content creator that's name is like That Punch Kid or something? He's not gonna stay a kid forever or something. He's not gonna change his name to That Punch Man. Such a good boy. Thieves versus Iron Man Rymazing tomorrow? Nah, bro. How are you guys gonna say 100 Thieves lost already, bro? They haven't lost. Oh, wait. Also, you have 3 minutes. Oh, double left. Bro, it's over. Just give us the points. You guys sound like my ring teammates. It's a best of 5. You lose the first round. GG's. You want to forfeit? No, chat. That's not how it works here. They need more Luna songs. Who do you think is winning EMEA as a whole? I have no idea, chat. We'll see in about 3 days. It's Friday, Saturday, Sunday. We'll see in about 3 days. We'll see in 3 days, chat. You had plans for the 4th? Yes, we are streaming, chat. 4th, I don't know why they planned it, but 4th of July is apparently still going to be MRI. We have MRI today, we have MRI tomorrow, we have MRI on Saturday, we have MRI on Sunday. Team USA should have entered, you should have won. True, true. Hold on, let me just pick this up. I don't think China cares about the 4th of July. Yeah, but I think China probably, like NetEase probably cares about their viewership, and I don't know why you would run a tournament on 4th of July. Because I think a lot of people are going to be out. Do you like Cyclops? Yes.
What's going on, guys, and welcome back. Hell's Heaven belongs to Stick Drift Gaming in this best of 5 stage 1 playoffs day 1. Again, the best moving on to LAN, and right now the team that is LAN together without paying it took the first loss, but this is a big way to open up the series ship if you are a Stick Drift Gaming fan.
Yeah, they looked great out there. I mean, right now, you know, we saw some of the what it felt like old meta style stuff coming from 100 Thieves, which I'm surprised about. I will say,
getting rid of
Cyclops, you know, you can't really go back into the fold of.
I voted 100 Thieves to win, chat.
Like, I'm just not sure about the dive stuff, especially when Gambit and Rocket are there. I think Gambit is very difficult to get on top of. I think the BRB has infinite value, and you know, it kind of shown in the stats. Not a ton of finals there from Self and Vinny, both getting 6, and you look over something like Regis with 12.
Do you guys want to see the stats?
And it's funny that we highlight Angela and the presence that she has now in this meta, and that's just our MVP going on over to Iffy, who both these Vanguards, they've been playing together. If you don't know, they've been playing together now for, you know, since Rivals has been back in Alpha Beta. I mean, these guys love to play as a duo, especially there in the front line. But yeah, 13k damage, pretty disgusting overall, and it just feels like Angela was a big, you know, kind of answer as we saw continually getting that pick on Self, and it just feels like there was nothing able to come from it, and more of the same, where we've got the damage numbers, but not the one that matters in those key eliminations.
Yeah, I mean, also just the clinical off maps of things, like we saw Vinny off map a few times, TTK off mapped a few times. It's very difficult to do that into heroes,
you know,
like
4th of July.
Venom,
I do.
Or even
Bro,
Vanpool,
Miami,
who
there's
have
a lot of bugs outside. You want to go outside for 4th of
angling,
July?
likely throwing them directly
guys.
downward, potentially canceling with the poke, some of the movement cooldowns. Either way, shout out to a very clean play by Iffy. As you look at the stats across the board, anything major stand out to you?
Boba the rest of the food.
Yeah, I mean, listen to what we said earlier. I thought Doomed and Delena both played so much Star-Lord that they're comfortable on the hero. It's just kind of the inverse.
Yeah, I just want to
the
say the
pick,
few
you know, as
spicy.
that kind of 1B. We continue to talk about that 1B position, whether it be, in this case, was Regis, you know, on the Bucky, Self on the Daredevil. That's the position from a lot of these teams that they're going to continue to kind of anchor down. You know, I do feel like Tones could have, having 11k, 30k with the damage blocked is nice. We've seen, you know, a bit cleaner play in the early pickoffs, but at least that was matched on Vinny's side as well. But if you're 100 Thieves, this is where like experience has to show. You've dropped the opener, you've got to reset. You know, I'd be shocked if they don't have a big answer. Usually they like to take it to museum, at least last, you know, time of the group stage. They continue to do that. I wouldn't be shocked if that's kind of the way they want to roll.
What do you want to do for dinner?
Yeah, I could absolutely see that for sure. I think, you know, we have to, there's some stuff you got to address. I think the Rocket BRB needs to be broken. I think I saw every single first pick get res. There wasn't a single time that was found, and that can't be the case. I mean, you got to treat it like it's the 7th man essentially right out there. So definitely something they need to consider. Not necessarily saying you need to prioritize a Rocket ban, but something to think about. Either way, it looks like, yep, you nailed it. We are heading over to Museum of Contemplation. And I will say, Thieves are disgusting on this map. I think it lends itself to being able to play things like Groot, even Emma. Although, you know, if they're super poke focus, may be more difficult and less brawly. But either way,
yeah, why would you go outside, chat, on 4th of July?
And at the very top,
so you could, hey, bro, be careful. If you guys light fireworks, bro, don't light your hand on fire or blow it up or something. You need all your fingers to play Marvel Rivals, chat, just as a heads up.
Rivals playing that Groot, playing that Emma, in both their best heroes if you just look statistically as well.
Pizza for dinner? No, we're not having pizza for dinner.
That game plan that they had with Daredevil. I think they're going to continue to have that kind of dive in the back line. But how can they answer the call on that pick ban phase? Obviously, last time they went with the more traditional approach that we've seen. Do you think they ban Daredevil again? Like, what do they use that last ban slot on to make more of a difference?
I'm not sure that's going to be the case. I don't think this is an insane Angela map either, so I'm not sure that's going to be a prio for them. You know, it depends. I think maybe the Rocket is a conversation here. I think there's some potential for combination. I think Cyclops is probably likely going to be banned again if they don't feel confident, but I do think, you know, why not test it? Why not see how the poke looks? I think in these best of 5s, you're going to study and test teams out in these first couple matches, so we'll see if they elect to change anything, but so far, nothing has changed.
Yeah, listen, if you're looking at yourself as who needs to step up. I want to see what Vinny can do. We know when this guy's playing at his best, into what we've seen him play at, this team is really hard to stop. And they're going to continue with what you said there. With Gambit being saved, that's been always the save that we have with the rogue to follow. Kind of early and often, at least in this first week, we're going to see, or this first day, we're going to see kind of the same of what we've seen in the past, of just the key things to shut down. Now, one going rocket, I do like this. A bit more of an edge, you know, maybe give that Cyclops over. Stick Drift probably going to lock that up. If you're Regis, you're itching at it.
Yeah, you know, and I was going to say, you know, if you could, there's finding a way to get the Gambit out, because also I'm looking back at the stats here. I didn't even catch Logan had 5 finals there, which is, you know, a ton for backline. So really getting some success, being more offensive too with 9k damage, but actually 11, excuse me, K damage, which is an absolute ton. It's almost the same as Tones on cap. But either way, you see here the lock in. Oh, here we go from Stick Drift. Okay, they're going to get Cyclops through. It's an absolute menace. Wolverine's going to be the removal. And yes, there is that rocket.
Sorry, I went to go get more water.
Listen, I like the change up here from 100 Thieves, and obviously we saw Silent Blaze just being a continual threat. But you know, it's interesting. If you do look at what Silent Blaze has played in the past, Invis, Loki, White Fox, that's been kind of the comfort picks for Blaze in at least the last group stage. So I think they're fine not having access to that rocket. But either way, man, getting the Star-Lord ban on top of Cyclops, it's disgusting. Going to be really hard just to reset now, because if you're going on the side of Delina, you know, Elsa was a comfort pick for him. You know, obviously Elsa's still...
Damn, dude, I think Stick Drift is winning in the draft.
On over to?
It's tricky. I think, ooh, okay, as we can see kind of what they're floating in terms of ideas right now. Oh, first off, shout out. I love to see the penny on this map. Not sure that's going to actually be the case, but yes, you are going to see Delena on that Elsa, Self going to be on the Wolverine, Doomed on the Star-Lord, which I think will be a mainstay throughout the entirety of this playoffs until teams potentially decide that it's too much to handle. But removing the rocket from that combination is going to be nice. And instead of the rocket, you now have the Gambit. So I don't know, man. This combination is too much. I think Star-Lord needs to be potentially a priority.
Yeah, this is a beautiful, like, what we kind of wanted to see, though, in the terms of that group Emma, you know, into what would be the flex play. Obviously would have been that Star-Lord early on. Self, okay, so I've seen like if you go to Coach Fox has talked about Self's Wolverine, something he doesn't fear personally, but we know Self was historically a great
I came prepared for the watch parties chat.
Logan, so we'll see if
it's a Costco bag of popcorn.
Demon up again. Cyclops and the other team should fuel him. He's got the Marvel lore behind him, but Vinny plays so aggressive.
Emily called you fat, by the way. I am.
For 10 minutes on the hero. Absolutely disgusting per game on the hero. Be absolutely up there in the department. We'll see how they choose to get this first front line. And as having a penny, I don't love this kind of defense to start shift.
Yeah, it's a little safe, but you know, I think I'm liking the comp that I saw.
Ooh, the TTK Emma in the Vinny Groot.
But yeah, I mean, Self, instead of coming on the Wolverine, decided to switch last minute, whether that was just a disguise or there's conversation, is going to be on the Psylocke. And they, you know, the downside is they have, which is potentially Stock's biggest problem, is the Loki there. I think those crystals are a huge answer for an ultimate, and it's just a nice trade to be able to use an ability to just completely lock out an ultimate.
They got a rocket ult in 45 seconds.
I like what I'm seeing so far from the side of 100 Thieves, who are just walking through this point, like you're saying, maybe, you know, a little bit too passive here from Stick Drift.
Yeah, you have two things that answer the pity, right?
Yeah, so it's the
Groot and the walls, you know all too much, man. And then having Psylocke is one of the better quick answers to pop the nest quickly. Vinny gonna go to get Doomed out of here. When Doom's out, at this point, you can just hold the W key. Winnie already looking up to 99%. This is the Thieves that we know and love. TK, all eyes on him. Silent Blaze trying to keep this team alive in the fight, with Regis finding one with that quick hit of the Ruby Raid. Having to use a lot of resources, though, to even hold this buck a bit, because the wheels go round and round.
Bucky is good this season, yes.
Out to play already.
Yeah, forcing out Portal.
I mean, I popped off with it during the World Cup.
Copy up now, a lot of commitment. There's a Raging Royal flush goes out, but nobody goes down. TTK able to find Tones, who might switch up here. Gets knocked through the portal, which I thought was going to close any second. Iffy finds Delena. Again, numbers are even for the current moment. Thieves looking like they're taking this push forward, as out goes the Sia. Doom trying to dance on the front line of the Vanguards. Instead, has to drop away from a chase that is Winnie and Vinny. Goodbye to everyone.
They have another rocket ult? Bro, they're farming rocket ults. Oh my god.
The ultimates, but you can tell by the Olymp feed if they were able to land what they wanted to. At least got 3 in that tiny room.
They are farming
It's just a great
rocket
group
ults.
map, as you know, man. Set up the traps, those walls come in so much clutch. And man, Stick Drift used a lot of resources to hold on tight there. Luckily was matched, but what do they've got? They've got the slice in the dice of the Psylocke and nothing to respond of it. If yourself, find that opening, man. Find that quick pick, and you're gonna be able to get around this tough corner.
Yeah, exactly. There's no longer that
surprised
low-key
Self's not
answer,
setting
so
up
you
for
can
his
be
ult.
more aggressive. You just saw a lot of commitment, likely alt-tracking the fact that it's only going to be Doomed and Redis. Redis was able to find one with that rage early on the Ruby. Here goes the commitment now. Does this land? It seems like it does on the front line, but it doesn't get a pick. Good movement. Great escape, and unlucky there from Self. Maybe launched out a little bit too early.
Okay.
Crazy comms and just getting out of there perfectly. That was a one you want back. Tones being very aware to get back to that back line. Again, the one that keeps them so nice and healthy. Redis, this is a perfect Ruby Rage moment. We'll call it by the Cyclops ult itself, but just like that, going to be initiated by TK. This is how they won the early first fight last time. Doom now going to try to be that answer to this Psylocke, but first going to go in and dive on that back. If they can find, there it is. Self-deleted from the video game.
Bro.
Goodbye.
Yeah, this is just a good answer as well. I mean, you do have that invisibility. You just hunt down the setup of these dives, and there's not a lot of commitment here. Outside of that, as Vinny now falls from Iffy, and the presence has been known here. Stick Drift with ult advantage, with no commitment, come right back and take this point.
Yeah, that's why we got that Daredevil ban at first, right? Doom picking that up back into the roster. Really hasn't played much of it last group stage. Obviously, that was more of the Black Hat role for Redis, so cool to see, you know, just as well as they played it. Self is going to try to answer that call the same because of what Daredevil can do to Psylocke. Such a 1v1 tough matchup to hit. TTK and the tank's going to get down the front line now, find two. Going to get that Feast of the Abyss, and Redis is running like a horror movie as it's just the symbiote chasing down. Sorry, Iffy there in that regard, but either way, good play.
Yeah, I mean, that's just value on value. Force out the ult, just walk away, keep him down, away from his team. You're going to be totally fine. They get the pick after the fact for even more of a stagger. Thieves played that beautifully. Still have almost four ultimates available for this next fight. And Thieves are looking like they want to take this back and make it a 1-1 on this attack so far. Delena going to start off with a Kraken impact. The Sia goes out. The Feast goes under as the dance floor matches it. Doomed.
Why if they gave Rocket a nade like Ana heals teammates and anti-heal enemies?
All of that commitment. Self, though, comes back and finds Doom. Numbers are even now. TTK
I'm pretty sure Rocket's already
with
good without any of that chat.
In favor of Stick Drift, and it looks like TTK will drop Redis, but the spawn is much closer here for the defense.
Oh wow, the heist continues, and they're gonna quite literally steal this point, man, because this is the part you want to win the most. Such a tough angle of the map with the spawn so close. I know my own comp games, I just can't stand being held up in this one location. Stuff gonna go in and pop and let the devil out quickly. As we hear
Ooh, get it.
Ooh. After Baton's blindness nerf, no problem. Finds Logan, doomed out of this thing. Should be able to put 100.
Dude, oh my god, the movement, bro. Oh my.
Clean up on Tones and
Dude, wait, they didn't even cap?
That was just some disgusting movement. I don't even know how he was able to hold on that long at that
They
point.
didn't cap?
It's funny to look at. These guys are just nuts. But
And still
we can
Syrup.
see the hold here moving forward. The
doing?
retake very clean by Stick Drift. Such a hard point to attack through here as the spawn is so heavily in your favor.
That's crazy how they did not
you have
cap
some
that.
decent LOSs if you get out of that first doorway, that first double-sided doorway, and it looks like they were able to do just that. Some shift in composition here immediately. Silent Blade is going to have ult. And there it is. Bang, match right back by Winnie. Excuse me. As it looks like both are going to start off. The first pick goes in the favor of Self onto a backline. Huge pick out of Logan as a do-si-do here. Where's the next pick go? Excuse me. Looks like, I don't know.
Both these teams are larping each other's heroes. Like, we're just seeing them, you know, mix and match all across the lane now over on the X-Men. And that quick pick on Self, it's going to be a lot. And this is where teams kind of fall. They got to lock in together and see what they can find. Right now, Delena's just trying to farm this ult up for this last fight, final fight. Again, this is just the hardest part of the point outside of that third one to hit. Delena now just trying to farm more. Finds both those strategists. Going to go ahead and just hit the Q right away, Ship. I like the aggressiveness and the call. Saw both of them in that room ready to go, but the rotation keeps them safe. And Thieves is going to steal point 2.
Oh my god, they were trying to touch
really
the point, but they were getting body blocked.
I mean, it was even off the rip. Then it was just neutral fight after neutral fight, and they came out on top. There was some commitment there from Stick Drift, so they will have ult advantage in favor of 100 Thieves.
I'm glad that 100 Thieves got that. I think second point in pro play is really hard to get, but to be honest with you, they should have got that like 2 minutes ago.
In a moment. And shout out seeing Psylocke here, bringing me to X-Men 97 Season 2 type stuff. Love to see it.
Oh, yes, man. Great call, by the way. It could be just continue crazy if you are a Marvel fan. But right now, Rivals portal open, ready to just bring this fight right to him. With only a minute left, it's one of those points you don't get a lot of extended time, right? Even if you make it through the tough choke of 2. Tones and Doom now looking for their first hit. They get that back line. out of here, and it's going to be the Gambit now caught in the stray. Trying to fight for the life is going to be Winnie. Cannot find Solus. Good dive potential, but the trade on Gambits go down together. You evaporate just like that. The life bars are drowning.
There we go. There we go. There we go.
Now, really smart decision there by Stick Drift. Even though they lost the fight, folks, you're going to see a lot of teams doing that. If they lose a fight and they know they can just quick regroup, portal on, and try to fight early on, if you can buy time anywhere, it's valuable. If you're able to hold them as soon as this thing moves through point 3, you know, that is a huge win for your teams. It buys you a better chance.
Nice.
At pushing through when you're
100 Thieves is about to have 5 ults,
is going to be the next fight. You're going to have to stay on top of this route, which is very tricky.
This game is so much better. This map is so much better in pro play than ranked. I mean, I think anything is really.
Breedis and Doom, the big impact players, are going to have access to their ult a bit quicker once Self uses this. The Lin's going to be a mile away.
Ooh, that was actually kind of clean. Use the right click to slowly get up there. Slightly, he still gets taken out though.
Melee in Logan. Now they're going to have free reign to push this float all the way down and enjoy the trade as we're close to the 4th. Now going early, Self continues to hunt. This is great for 100 Thieves. They're looking really ready to get the rest of it because Millennia back on that ult quickly.
Did you see Rita's trying to reflect it off the ceiling there and hit me and Dom? I was like, whoa, this dude's AP physics in that moment. But we can see
oh
now,
my god, that crosshair.
Huge here from everybody. Silent Blaze going to start off with the ultimate. Everybody walking forward off that Raging Royal.
One of the biggest pro crosshairs I've ever seen.
TTK going to find Tones, make that 2 now as 100 Thieves find more value. And they're still walking forward, able to find a huge pick on a Doomed with ultimate.
Yeah, that's going to be a big one. And just like that, I mean, you've got Regis, you've got the Ruby Rage, got to find time to now just stall the point if you're going to use the Feast to Abyss and continue to buy that health. PPK is getting a bit low, but that's going to allow on the opposite end. Delena close, 82-83. This guy's continue to clutch up final points with Psylocke. We saw it back against Shock them right out of this playoff.
Come on, Delena.
Into what he's continued to be as a player. Vinny finds one, Winnie the other. 100 Thieves looking to get the job done.
Come on, Delena. Come on, Delena. Come on, Delena. 97%. 97%.
Heavily down. It looks like they might be able to do it, folks. And that's going to be another pick from Delena.
Wow, they actually fully capped.
Clinical point 3.
Wow, this is one of the hardest maps in my opinion to finish, and they actually did it.
I love this camp.
The quick energy drink hit as they move in, and that was as clean of a point 3 as you get, man. The rotation into it. I do like the portal play, and I get what they were trying to do. But from there, it felt like they continued to stagger and fall out. Couple of hero switches at the end.
Wait, is Millennia not at the compound?
Up, Ruby Rage didn't even have time to get.
Is Millennia not with the team?
It was a tough point 3, and usually we've seen in times past, if you get the 3rd point, Shib, you usually get the point overall for the match.
He is? Yeah, he did not look like he was at the compound. He looked like he was in the janitor's closet then.
Than you'd think, and it's really hard to find yourself all the way
Also, look at TTK playing for his KD, bro. 29-0. 29. He has more damage done on tank than damage blocked.
Find a lot of value. I mean, look at these finals across the board. Most you're seeing is 5, and TTK himself have 12.
You're not playing tank right, bro. He has more damage done than damage blocked, bro. Oh my god.
Yeah, really good rotation.
TTK not go down? Wait, TTK didn't fall.
That is, man, that just highlights, you know, what they do best. And every single Thieves player.
That's what they highlight. What they do best. TTK just plays for stats
for that point in time of the map or in the composition. You know, sometimes just answering the call, as we now see. Stick Drift.
He's running the game, bro. Just played his life well. Played his life well. He baited his teammates.
Yeah, they just made. Hell, that back.
He's a stats player, so when they lose, he can't. He's gonna be like, yeah, can't be my fault. I went like 39-0. I don't know.
See now, defensible side. You're gonna have Vinny on the Strange early on here.
TTK is the like the opposite of the captain going down with the ship, bro.
When you do have that team up, you can play far more aggro. You can cancel movement cooldowns. So that is what these pros are electing to do. As Tones finds the first pick there on the TTK. Gonna be a decent answer. The BRB comes right back as TTK is holding on with the Angela. Numbers are going to be evened out, and we're seeing more Adam play and more triple stuff, which you know, I don't mind on defense on point 1.
TTK falls more there than he did the entire map, all right? So maybe that does show a little something. Again, what was it, 29-0? It's crazy work, man. I love the bottom right of the player cams, by the way. You can see both the ult charge on the top if you're interested in the exact, you know, stats of that and their stats overall.
But what I don't like is that there's the ult charge right here, but there's ult charge right here, and there's also ult charge up here. You don't need your ult charge all three places.
That lower bracket before.
Like, look at that.
Big orgs already. You know, FlyQuest Sentinels will 100 Thieves join them in the long list of names. Just like this, though. Stick Drift trying to get around this tough first quarter, already popping that invisible boundary. Gonna be mad for both of them.
The Venn diagram is out. Good kick out there on a Vinny, who was able to escape back in. Really good movement there. There's some dire circumstances. The Sia goes out from Winnie. Self going to be close here with the Meteor M. Again, that triple Vanguard, triple strat line from 100 Thieves is looking pretty strong right now as they are getting pushed backwards. Regis holding on here, the Ruby Rage.
Yeah, and I like what Stick Drift has here, because they can just go in with the Gambit ult, and then they're just going to only be able to rely on Born Again, right? Usually that's Born Again, lose again, as we continue to see, and that's why kind of Adam's making his way out of the meta in some sorts. But we're just going to find the best of Vinny, who's, you know, not the best pick in that moment, can be able to come back somewhat quick, especially when they've got that BRB back to life and ready to fight. Quickly down, slams the Kraken impact, and there's the wipe.
Yeah, that is a huge ult there
Delena
off the Strangling Prison. Delena with the big res opportunity. Everybody back in the fight.
He got everyone. Oh my God, he got everyone, but he died. Well, he didn't get TTK,
but Born Again.
But everyone just got rezzed and died again.
Everybody gets taken out right off the res, and that is the downside to a maybe more predictable Adam Ultimate.
Yeah, I've seen Marvel Zombies enough to know that just because they're able to fight on and on doesn't mean they win it. But with Vinny now just trying to touch, desperate to touch, 2.19.
Well, that's another thing I need to finish. I need to start watching Marvel Zombies. Is that good?
But honestly, Shib, it always matters at the end here. This first kind of push around the alley is not where we see these pro teams lock up a ton. Usually can make your way down the hill. It's not like your comp games. It's just going to be this last moment of the fight up here and how long they can stall. But 3 minutes, 40 seconds seems like a lot, but you're going to need every bit of it to get past this point too.
No, I agree. I mean, the small advantages of things like having the spawn door significantly closer for your team, you know, people at this level, they're able to exploit that and get a lot of value out of it. So I'm with you there. You can see the composition shift now, and that's what teams are doing. You saw that group early on, great on point one, maybe not so much on a more diveable location here on point two as Stick Drift makes that switch. Tone's going to be going over to the Captain America, Iffy now on that Venom, and the movement with Doomed is going to be terrifying for that backline.
And like the rotations that they got going on here and the right angle, Vinny just now trying to stay alive with the knockback. That tenacity going to be playing a factor for sure there for Venom, one of the few that does. Both of these Invis ults about to come out in response, most likely. Silent Blazer still does not have it, going to be close in on it. They got to capitalize, they are unable to. And just like that can match the ult. That is going to be the win that they were looking to have. Delena obviously back on Psylocke. Out of that Golden God PK, just trying to stall at this point, but right now, it is something.
Yeah, when you got Psylocke and Cyclops in the game at the same time. Quite a tongue twister. Well, twang twister. You see what I'm saying? It's getting me too, man. But, but the pushback comes
Shiv is just having a great
Stick
time out there, bro.
Actually, one ult ahead in the next fight as Delena Self and Winnie will combine, but it's all about who handles the Raging Royal Flush a little bit better in terms of combination. You know, you can be quicker with the Psylocke. It can be more threatening, but I'm not sure how much it's going to do into this team of Stick Drift.
And just trying to match each other in the strat fronts. And as you said, I mean, it's just making this way up the hill is not the big problem, but Delena and them are just able to continue to stall this thing out, and they're unable to get rid of the presence that has been Vinny, and getting Iffy out of there thoroughly is going to open up the rest of the fold. I get what they're trying to go with Tones and Iffy here on the dive attack with Doomed. I just don't know if I love it, because then that bust is just not going to have a lot pushing it forward. And right now, 100 Thieves is able to lock it down.
Yeah, it's tough to go full commitment dive into a Gambit comp. I think Gambit has essentially two 40-meter dashes if you do it properly. You know what I mean? Like, in the heal him, he just so much escape, and then Invis, we know how strong she can be against dive. There is going to be the first commitment from Delena, canceling that all a little bit early to try to find Regis, and does just that. Delena really well played here on this Psylocke. It's just been consistent here on this defense. Shout out to one of the few making that work right now.
Yep, gonna be able to get two on the way out, and at least that slows things down. But here it is again. Vinny's job is just to try to slow the bust for about 1 second. Will that come into play? And here comes the rest of Thieves. Still a little bit delayed. They're gonna have to triple in here, which is gonna be tough. Millennia has to stay alive, has to get this invisible boundary if they want to make it a fight. To continue on, they should be able to stall that bust. There it is, invisible boundary up, ready. They're not gonna be able to answer on the side of Stick Drift. Can they get a quick pick to go? It's gonna be Tones pressing often and early.
Yeah, I don't think 100 Thieves holds this, bro.
A bit too close for comfort.
They are gonna get
though, and able to go and
ulted right in there, bro.
Yeah, I was like 0.8 meters away. I was like, I don't know, but we see now Winnie going to be able to find the first pick onto Doom. TTK starting up. It's matched right back by the Ruby Rage, which does not land. As we see a great crystal pull there from TTK, which removes 25% of the HP. If you do that well in the diamond form, you just can deal so much damage so quick. TTK min-maxing that, and that's going to be Self to clean up the rest. What a retake by
Damn, bro.
But
yo,
again,
Vibrator for 23 months. How you doing, my
Winnie
friend?
holding on to all could be the ticket here in the final fight. It's looking like Thieves might take this this one home.
I was just about to say, man, I do not like the odds for stick drift. You're going to have Delena being able to farm up the ult as well. Unless he falls early,
His name
don't
is
see a
Vibrator,
way
bro.
that stick drift's going to be able to get this point. But, you know, like we said, before you know it, blink and the 3 minutes are gone. It's all about getting the bus wheels moving at this point. If you're just trying to maybe get a pick early, I think they're trying to find the side lock potentially there, maybe at that stealth. But either way, 87 and climbing. You have Winnie with the ult as well. When is that Q going to be pressed? Can't allow Logan to get theirs, but they're close to it. 96 enough. Logan trying to find safety. We have eyes on Iffy. Self going to be the first one to try to fall, but no one does it. Logan forced to press Q. Push it in, Shib. This is looking like desperation.
Yeah, but they're holding on for now. Nobody.
Oh my God.
Oh no.
Wow. You can't make it up. I mean, just a little bit too high. That's all it was. Just a little bit too high in the sky there for the touch. Missing it by just a millisecond. And that is going to go in Thieves' favor. Folks, we got a 1-1, buddy, like you called out. It's going to be a good one.
Yeah, man. Well, of course, right? It was the last match for the day.
I don't know
if
if the 100
be
Thieves
a 1-1 scenario, or even the teams be evenly matched. But of course, right off the rip,
what do you mean, damn Jay
series and
scam 3? How did I scam you? I was chat. I'm not in the game.
That map can go either way. That was the home.
That's not my fault.
Them. Now it's in Stick Drift's hands. How do they choose to try get this advantage? Best of 5 is what we are here for, folks. Buckle up.
How did that
it's
not touch?
Be a long night. We'll
Flying.
be back at the end of this break.
You know how flying is. Can't believe a team actually just C9 though. That's so unfortunate. I don't know. Something about this map or just in general is about touching the point. Like this, touching the. You have to be inside of the point, which I hate. Damn marathon stream. It's been 14 hours. Yeah, 14 hours, chat. And we still have another match. We still have to finish this match that's halfway done. Not even halfway done. It's 1-1. And we have a whole nother series after this as well. I think that might be a fast game, though. Swamp Gaming against TSM. I'm not trying to be mean or anything, but I am very tired and I would like to go to sleep. And then we go again in what? 10. Okay, let's just say this. It's 9 o'clock right now. 10. Let's just say that we go to bed at like 12. If we go to bed at 12, we have 6 hours. I think we do have a command, !C9. Swamp, what do you call it? Swamp Gaming is a beast in this map. Oh no, not Swamp Gaming, XG. No, you mean Squirrel Girl, huh? I'm done with you guys. Is it NDA if we ask you how much you earn from this? NDA of what? You think I'm sponsored to be watching the MRI? Because I'm not sponsored. I watch it for the love of the game, bro. Did EU start? EU finished like 8 hours ago, bro. Brother, we're here. EMEA's over here. We're so far past the EMEA. Yeah, and then we have the last game is TSM against Swamp Gaming. Yeah, the wacky woo-hoo pizza man with the massive gift sub. Appreciate it. They sent you to China for the first LAN. You're not sponsored anymore. Chad, that was a year ago. That was a year ago for the China event. Did YWL play today? Yes, YWL won against Sentinels 3-1. So you don't even want to stream, just say that then. Sure. I don't know what the fuck you guys are saying, but okay. Is there a way to just spam ads on YouTube? Because YouTube is saying some dumb shit right now. Jay, stop scamming people out of chrono tokens.
Show me that you are still the only one that matters for me. I'll be waiting for you. Wait up in your hands, holding on to your heart.
Is there more games tomorrow? Yes, there are more games tomorrow, Saturday, and Sunday. It's all weekend. Yeah, I don't know. Why are you getting rage baited? You know, the sad thing is I don't think they're rage baiting. This is actually dumb. And this is actually how ridiculous they are. I don't think it's rage baiting. Also, yeah, I don't know why my face cam is like smaller. Can someone update me? Did J3 get a new phone? No, I did not. I did not get a new phone, bro. I drove to Costco because people said I could get a new phone at Costco, and apparently my Costco did not sell phones. So I went to go to my carrier, and my carrier said they didn't have the phone in stock. Yeah.
Hello and welcome back. If you are a 100 Thieves fan or Portugal, you're happy. Your team just got another win their way. And we have Museum of Contemplation going towards 100 Thieves, making this thing 1-1.
What happened
now,
to your
Shiv,
phone?
I would say definitely
Apparently
domination, looking way more towards Stick Drift side. That one,
what did Emily say, chat?
100 Thieves. We were talking
Apparently
a bit there
my
before the
motherboard
break, like,
fried
what to
on
you
my
was the big standout difference?
phone.
Yeah, I mean, I think they kind of, well, there's a couple things for me. One, I think the Vanguard front, this map is just really good for Thieves. I think they were able to kind of rotate around, but also the dive front, right? Getting rid of the rocket was super important because you have a target to get after. On the dive, it's so hard to go after a Gambit
How do you
rocket.
even manage
no,
that?
obviously
I
Fox
have
can come
no
into play,
idea,
but Fox
bro.
as a whole doesn't have as much neutral poke healing, so you struggle when they're not full dive. So yeah, it makes it more easy to commit, and as you can see, just across the board,
Oh, look at your boy! Look at your boy!
The TTK with 14 on that Emma, not going down a single time on the attack.
Yeah, 32k damage. That's a vintage TTK.
My Costco has a phone booth, but it's for
AT&T.
AT&T. I don't use AT&T, chat.
What we said earlier about this team is they're able to get that damage, but not the limbs. Well, they final hit just absolutely banged out there in the stat department. And I mean, one thing to highlight is we will be looking in just a moment with those stats. Hey, you know, take a look at Logan. We kind of said Luna was going to be a tough really hero to play at this point because with the rocket not available, right, that's going to switch up what him and Silent Blaze are able to do. And then you've got Tones and Iffy on the dive against Delina itself on the dive. You're just going to
damn. TTK went 37-3.
Yeah, it's tricky. It's
Holy
tricky. There was some
shit.
swapping going around trying to find the right solution, and again, it just you know, you just got taken out a lot. It's so hard to stay healthy, you know, when you're not something like Gambit, like we talked about, where you have these massive self-healing dashes and a card on command to keep yourself, you know,
holy
juiced
shit.
up anytime you need
TTK
it. So,
had more
tricky for
damage
certain, and
than
that's
all
why,
of his
you know, they shake
DPS.
up the ban phase, getting rid of that rocket like we just discussed
Damn.
was of utmost importance. Shout out to Thieves, played that really clean.
Yeah, for sure. Especially like if you looked at
Damn,
Drift
bro.
being able to ban the Cyclops, you know, ban that Star-Lord, it just did not matter. And this is definitely, that was a good Cyclops map. And so, no, back to the drawing board on how to kind of enable that backline that carried you through the group stage, got you to where you are now. can continue to fuel. Because we know
I don't
Ritas
need-
can play anything at that point. They even swapped off that Cyclops, right? Like, didn't even need to rely on that. And this is all forehead right now as we take a look at the player
Be careful
cam.
with the knife.
My dude, push that camera away a little bit. No, I love it. I love it.
Hi.
Just locked in cam right there. That's what I look like when I'm leaning forward. You know what I mean? When you're getting serious about the game, and we are getting serious, folks. In a 1-1 situation, they are setting up right now, folks. For those who are curious when the next game is going to start, you know, it's not on us. They're just trying to get things in order, setting up the correct servers and maps for the team. And speaking of maps for the team, the next one that is going to be selected
you
is
see
going
what
to be
Emily made?
Central Park from Sick Drift.
Central Park, definitely interesting here. You know, I dare I
She
say,
even
you know
put
what I want to see more? I'm
egg
gonna
in the
Human
burger,
Torch,
bro.
Rapid play,
Oh
Blood Torch.
my
Like,
god.
did you know Ritas used to play like nothing but Torch back in
Oh
I believe it
my
was more
God.
last
Okay, I
year,
gotta
but
sit
that'd be
down.
sick to see. This is a map where you definitely do favor some Torch matchup. But
Oh,
not sure if we're gonna see that
man.
with what this team has cooking, because there's so many other picks available and kind of, you know, more traditional in the role now. But
Fat
either way,
three,
this,
you
this
better
map
fucking
always fun.
believe
That
I'm
point
fat.
one can be brutal to take, and that momentum carries heavy in this map. Excited to see it.
Yeah, it's another one of those maps that it enables more unique Vanguards. I think this is a great group map. This is a great penny map on defense, right? You talk about, you know, more flying opportunities because the pillars, they're indestructible. So you have some cover to play around. There is a lot you can do here. I'm curious if it'll influence the bans. It's another decent rocket map on defense because you can hide those BRBs with a little more confidence, knowing that the dive can't really get through you too much without getting caught at least. So a lot of opportunity here. We'll see.
Wait, what do you
who
mean?
takes
That's why
that
she wants to
advantage in the
return
ban
those
phase.
boxer briefs. What,
Yeah, this
what
is
do you,
definitely a
what
map,
does
as
that
you
mean?
said, that does influence. Like, I would say there's obviously like meta maps, and what you play is going to be, you know, seeing a lot of the
Oh, I thought that guy
same.
was
But this
frozen.
is a map that does encourage a bit of creativity with your comps, depending on the point, depending on what they're playing against you as well. Obviously, even back to the Black Hat portals of old, was one of the best at it. Obviously, not going to see too much of that today. But, you know, with that fortress and then a little bit of the right side of dive, it can be kind of tricky on how you want to handle it. I'm interested in the Vanguard front. Do you think, you know, how do TTK and Vinny kind of handle this if you're them, Ship?
In terms of what they're going to play or what
Yeah.
they want to, I mean, there's a lot of opportunity. I think this is a decent Angela map. You can off map pretty early on, and it's pretty attackable.
Hold on, give me a
It's
second,
decent
chat.
for the
I'm
dive
gonna
front
get
on
more
Cap, but we haven't really seen Cap from Thieves, so maybe we see the Groot on defense early on because they will be defending. It looks like the attack's going to be going on in favor of Stick Drift early on. Groot's got some potential. I don't think they're not going to be running that penny stuff, so something more traditional, likely a Venom, maybe a Cap alongside potentially a Groot or an Angela with a group, but that's just an option for them. We'll see what they like to do as Cyclops gets removed from Stick Drift.
It's a good call out because I think either you're going to see the Venom from Vinny or that Angela from TTK, and then the other one play more of that anchor role. Going to stick with the same bands. I like it. This is a disgusting Cyclops map with just how close the action is, especially to burst both point 1 and 3. So I do like the call. Going to stay with the same bands on their side, but also plenty of windows for 100 Thieves and what Delena cooks up on either Psylocke or the Elsa. Didn't see much of Elsa last time. We'll continue to see as this last save goes to them. And you would think it's Cyclops, probably. I don't know if they feel like they need to go that way with them ban. Okay, gonna go with the Wolf.
Okay, again, there's some decent off-map opportunities here when you do, typically, this is where it's funky. They remove the rocket. Thieves remove the rocket from them, so there will not be the extended jump. And
Yes,
that's kinda
TSM
what
is
you
playing after
need
this,
unless
chat.
you just have some really perfect pulls here for off-map on attack.
She told
but
us that you
maybe
rip your
the
underwear every
idea
time you
is to
put
try
them
to
on.
just
That
pull
is
them back
true.
to the back line, get some good focus early
would
on,
be-
open the doors a bit.
I
but
would be
there will be a
saying I
BRB
was-
to match back some of
I
those
do
early
rip my
pull
underwear when
KOs.
I try to put it on.
Yeah, and I'm wondering, obviously, you got to shut down the attack helicopter that is Wolverine and the team up with Cyclops. So that could have been bait, right? But they also got rid of it last time. So Wolverine doing two things at once. You now kind of
True.
force the Cyclops ban, but you also have that counter to Groot. So now you're going to maybe look to force the Angela instead of having, or the Venom for Vinny, right? Because you shut down one of those key heroes. There's just, I mean, you would know, man, one of the
How
strongest
do you rip your
counters in this game
underwear every
is
time
when
you put
there's
them on?
Logan
Because
the
my
other
ass is
team, and
getting
not
too
the player,
fat.
but the X-Men. It can just be so tough to get that value.
Yeah, I hate it with the
appreciate it,
passion of
MB.
100 Suns. Wolverine, incredibly strong, especially with that team up. Becomes an actual helicopter and can kind of just fly around wherever. You can build that claw charge quickly. And yeah, all of that matters with Wolverine. For those who maybe didn't understand how it works, is you just got to be close, essentially touching. You don't need to be in the LOS of the pull. As long as you are touching whoever you want to pull, the pull will
Ooh.
guaranteed grab them. It's within like a meter. So keep that in mind.
Look
You
at
see a
the
lot of
100
pros,
Thieves
sometimes even
comp,
grabbing
chat.
targets that are behind them
Interesting.
or just in weird spots. They're able to just make that work out well. So we'll see if Doomed can make that happen on the attack here as we start off right now.
Already, gates open up. And just like that, we're going to see how this team chooses to go about it. Already have that fastball special locked and loaded. Haven't seen a lot of tones on the Hulk already, but man, this is why that band comes in so much handy, because it just brings that aggression right to you. And hey, guess what? Self on the torch. I'm telling you, Chip, been playing nothing but the torch lately. This is a killer map for him.
Yeah. Oh,
Wait,
but
what?
out of the sky.
What?
He's gonna get bubbled right there, and wow, almost loses passive, but instead, great bubble to keep him healthy in that moment. As we see Winnie gonna bring himself back into the fight. TTK off maps tones, and there's that Angela that we were discussing, and there's that location to make it happen. So what a return right back. One
Okay.
tick.
I'm gonna try to eat this while we're watching, chat.
Yeah, I do like the okay. So obviously, your best hero to have with you is going to be Ultron if you're Torch. Hulk is going to be the biggest threat to him. Obviously, it can be a little tough to go against the Bucky as well. But if you're Self, you're going to be looking to be a little bit of a bunker hero here. Look at the flying
No
Terror.
way.
My God, looks like Terror of old. Now is Self just trying to stay alive. This fire's going to be put out fast. Forced to use the cooldown already for the quick overhealth, and the slam down is the Torch. And just like that, these Sky Heroes are falling.
Yeah, I think they weren't expecting the fastball special to be that clean. It essentially took Self out of the fight for both fights, and then Wolverine was able to stay in there, not even losing passive a single time. Wow, Stick Drift. What a way to walk into this quickly. Really clean plays with the fastball there, and I was sleeping on that team up in the ban phase, but it makes sense now.
And you get that quick 10-second sponsored segment of the Human Torch, and now it's put out. Self is going to go on over.
Damn, dude, they got fucking
That's,
rolled, man. I thought they were gonna have a good hold.
Wolverine. And
It's the equivalent of meeting your hero and he just sucks. You know what I mean? You know, because you wanted to see.
dude, I'm so sad. I got like 40 hours on the Torch this season, man. I've had so much fun. I've been ready for it too. I'm like, I can't wait to cast Torch. Yeah, 10 seconds, dead and gone. It's like, all right, cool. But
I'm dying.
this is all momentum here, right, though, Shib? I mean, just getting 0.1 that fast allows you to push up this hill pretty quickly.
Cozy plays
Yeah,
Torch.
they do have all the advantage on the back of winning those fights. That does give you the next fight advantages. Redis is able to drop to Lena. Doom finds Self. The res comes through, but still a number up and still moving with his Kraken impact. Do I see even more? Redis gonna pause for the moment, not able to look towards Winnie, who does escape. Good movement there by the Rocket to take to the ceiling. And folks, you'll see a lot of these fights be won, and then the next fight will win because they just have ult advantage. That's kind of how it goes, and that's why sometimes in ranked it feels so one-sided. You just got to wait out some of these fights and try to regroup.
Dude, right now, yeah, Self is on mystery heroes. I mean, I've seen like 4 different at play, just trying to find what fits best here. Winning to go throw up, get that offensive boost for him. Agamotto out and ready, and everything being slammed down. It is just one side on that elimination feed, painted in red. How appropriate for Central Park. The pop, the Lena trying to make something happen, but it is a speed run. Chip, 5 minutes is an eternity. Oh, the backhand
That's
slap.
disgusting. Wow. Yeah, I mean, they're like making this look clinical. This is something they've clearly worked on. This is an absolute force right now, and 100 Thieves are just trying to find a solution. TTK going to be going over to that Emma, obviously. We've seen that switch.
Bro,
as
this
Vinny
guy is always
now back
eating.
on the thing. And I will say, we haven't seen
Sorry that
Thing
it's 9 o'clock and
come
it's
into
dinner
too
time, and
much
I'm eating
impact.
dinner,
And
chat.
the group
I'm sorry.
stages are even so far here in this playoff.
I'll make
segment
sure
of the
I
night.
won't eat ever again and just die.
Yeah, we're looking to have to slow things down because the comp's been tough. Like early with the first comp with Torch, that was like their only really source of what they could pump out, had to swap up. Now it's kind of all here on Delina and more of what TTK can do on the front line. Obviously, you know, Stick Drift did commit a lot to get that last point, as they should with 4 minutes remaining. That does give a little bit of time for 100 Thieves to be able to hold this wall strong. Can they keep Helm's
I've been
Deep
streaming for
safe
14
there
hours,
from the
chat.
horde that's coming
14
towards
and
them?
a half hours
Doom
almost.
rotating back, good rotations
I'm going to
overall.
eat,
Regis does
and
have
I'm
that
probably
Kraken
going to
slammed
go to
down,
the
and
bathroom in all that
if they
time.
even force the straddle here, that would be, you know, the win they're looking for.
Yeah, they might be able to. We are going to see some answers available, some things to slow the pace up. Self can start up, and yes, or you get to the clobbering time, which lands, but not on too many. It's matched right back by the boundaries on both sides. The Venn diagram. Redis comes out on top onto Vinny, a huge target that pays for it, but the Glartrox is out. Delena able to find 2, looking for an answer here, and they might have found it. Maybe it's at the back of this.
Yo,
Elsa. That's
finally
gonna be
100 Thieves
triple
wins
here
a
as
fight.
100 Thieves regain control. Out time.
Yeah, man, that Pokemon coming stomach completely full after that. 3 easy to go ahead and reset, though. And Winnie at least coming back, they're going to have to really try to play this out patiently, though, because you're going to have the Gambit match the Gambit, right? So you're going to have quick aggression. They know Millennia just used the ult as well. So if you're Stick Drift, I would just say put everything to the max. I mean, heck, see what you can get out of this first hit. Be the one to initiate the Gambit ult if I'm them. Maybe they're waiting for Doom to get a bit closer, but you don't want to give him too much time, right? We know how fast you Storm can get things rolling. It is going to be 100 Thieves. Push the Q first.
There's the eye of Agamotto. It's huge from if he finds a few.
Oh,
and when
no,
it does get
bro.
answered,
Oh,
Tones
no.
cleans up self. It's going to be one. So it's
Damn.
worth it always in the end. Sometimes it also just burning cooldowns is big, but here goes the commitment now.
Oh.
On to Winnie, a huge pick on to the back line. Can we see more from Tones just trying to look forward? Stall is there as Doom just still holding on to all Regis as well. This is very much Stickers to lose.
God
they will launch
damn.
everything to get this point closed out.
Oh my.
Oh my goodness, yeah.
Oh my God.
Head is nothing but Tone showing on the camera. Millennia now finding one in the pick quick. It's gonna be Regis with another, slams it down. 100 Thieves.
That was
Just trying to
disgusting,
hold
dude.
on. Self on the wolf. And they find anything from it. Another big dinner time coming up in the, or at least with
The
couple,
fact
but
that
unable to
Wolverine
hit
players can
nothing
do that
out there except for
consistently
Nifty Regis. Okay,
is
finding
crazy.
Something here, but Force can get another invisible 1.61 chip.
I mean, shout out Thieves. That was very much Stick Drifts to lose. I think the knockout of the sky, which I believe was from Vinny off
Bro,
a right hook.
Wolverine
I'm not even
players
sure for
that
sure,
can
but
do that
I believe
consistently
that was the
are
case,
so
but either way,
scary.
removing that from the sky from the side of Doomed, who had a huge ultimate available, just committed and falls immediately. Even though Vinny lost and got KO'd after the fact, that is so worth. So really huge retake there from Thieves. It's 1:46 after a 5-minute attack.
Yeah, you know, honestly, good call out there because Thing is a great answer to what is.
I try to play Wolf and I can't grab anyone. That's fine. You can practice with me later, bro.
Slow things down. You can go right through that strange shield, answer what you said to that Star-Lord as well. See what else they can look for. Obviously, the clobbering time's a bit harder to land, but even getting one from the value would be huge. You use that protection more than aggression for the Thing, and there it is. Holding hand ready. They're gonna go.
What?
With
We're
Vinny,
gonna
charging
duo
in,
later,
going
chat.
in,
We're gonna
stuff on
practice. What's
Tones.
wrong with you guys,
That's
bro?
everything they want now, and again, 5 minutes down to one ship.
Yeah, and it is going to be another pick here from TTK on to Regis. Winnie holding on, staying healthy with that movement. And now, again, the presence is known. Ultimate advantage here for 100 Thieves. They're doing a great job holding on with that spawn advantage. Question is now, can they close this out and push it this far? This has been
Wait,
a
they
very
can win
clean
this.
attack by Stick Drift until these final few fights. But either way, look at ults. Going to be 100 Thieves up.
Yeah, I mean, they both have a lot here to kind of swing. They got a lot to swing either way, but yeah, I would definitely say I'm favoring a bit of 100 Thieves. Vinny's been holding on to this clobbering time for too much time, in my opinion. But either way, Self ready for the fastball. They get a big pick. I mean, imagine getting Tones here into that fall-off cliff. That would be the play of the tournament. You can land it, flying in the sky, finding what they can. There it is quickly. Is going to get the kidnap, but Doom up and above. TK going to keep.
Wait, this is good. This is good. This is good,
Star-Lord.
Chad. This is good. 100 Thieves should win this. They should win this.
Still fine as 100 Thieves.
They have the better ult economy.
To stay away from the Sonic Seduction. TTK was holding that for that. The combination goes out. The
Oh, no.
back by a huge eye. Millennia, though, going to find Tones. Iffy takes out Delena. Regis now looking
Oh,
for
he
another
hit her.
pick. It's back and forth here off of a ton of ults. We're going to see the movement now into some heroes that can get to point quickly. Overtime ticking down. The next pick goes to South, who finds Regis. Can Thieves hold on here?
Oh!
Battles as South finds another pick.
They can't get a TP. They can't get a TP down, too. Damn.
Could be in here. No, Blaze says it's not over yet. Goodbye to Self. But here goes a Raging Royal Flush match from back on both sides. It's going to be a bit of a stall, but it looks like that will be the round. Well done, Thieves.
100 Thieves was
Dude,
getting
that
rolled.
Incredible.
And they
Thieves to
were
lock it
able to
up
hold that
and
last
be
point for
off
5
the Thieves
minutes,
in
dude.
that,
That's crazy.
In that regard, I mean,
Also,
dude,
Nexus with the Master
the
Prime.
fact that
Appreciate
they
it.
were able to really just hold down, and Vinny with the Thing going in on that ult and still getting hit with the Agamotto, but staying within Millennia. Millennia showing why, you know,
Jay,
a bit more of that
could you be a
offensive
pro if you
strategist
specifically
that we
worked
kind of
on it and made
highlighted
it a goal?
earlier. Getting that
I don't know.
ace so far.
I don't wanna be a
3
pro, chat.
finals to the name. 20k healing.
You know
8K
why?
Damage.
Because I'd rather
That
watch people
backline
play
really
and
got it done for
spectate
them,
with
buddy.
you guys
I
and
was
eat
impressed
food
with the
and
way
be
they
fat.
answered what was just a relentless attack.
Yeah, I mean, that is very strong. 15-2 from Millennia. Like you said, looking good on those heroes so far. We're going to see the shift in composition here for defense. But yeah, and there's going to be that Emma Groot combination. So they aren't going to be running the Angela on defense. But either way, yeah, like you're saying, I mean, this was very back and forth. I will say it was absolutely dominated by Stick Drift. But you know what, folks? Take this as a lesson in ranked, right? You saw how those fights looked early here for Stick Drift. Just walking through them with ult advantage. 100 Thieves just trying to find their footing.
Why is Shib talking about this like ranked, bro? If I was getting rolled like this on ranked, I would already have a Squirrel Girl and a Black Widow by third point.
They would have
capped with 5 minutes remaining. My team's already trying to FF at spawn.
The penny being played by Tones.
Wow, locked in indeed, falling from that first domination and looking all the part here now. Got to push the 3 to get that win pretty much. Kenny Parker, you know, obviously very strong map on this map, as that bunker even more so. Really, Regis is going to be held to
yeah, Black
responsible
Cat
for
was
what he
played a
does
little
most
bit.
of this team, and that is the full damage department. Not going to be a lot outside of that. Doom going to be trying to hunt Vinny. If they can continue to get that and get him uncomfortable on his best hero, to be able to make Thieves struggle here. Pushing in right away, though. I do like Cruz just trying to get the walls up on that vest right away.
That's a lot of movement here. They're getting in quickly, but what a pull. Goodbye, Self. Get deleted right into the mines, playing around this heavily. The rest is going to come into play the BRB, so numbers are evened out, but getting rid of that early on is not a bad take. Still trying to play around this spawner. Use it like it's a player on your team and protect it as much as you possibly can. Vinny trying to get a wall there. Just barely misses it.
How long have you been live for?
It's close to being broken now, and that's going to give them the
minutes.
space they need to walk forward. The mines have been burned by the Vanguard, so they're feeling a little more safe to walk forward. Here goes the pressure now. Wolverine's out. You can see the circle on the ground from the ironwood wall of the front line of that group, and playing inside of it. The Sia goes out as Self drops Doom, and that could be an early couple ticks here from 100 Thieves.
And that Nest was staying alive for an eternity, bro. That was the 7th player for a while there, but either way, yeah, able to get that first ult is why Rocket is just so clutch for this team, and why the ban has come into such
99.33%.
at least touch and look at just a absolute spec left to claim, and they're able to get at least some presence on there, but it's going to be the quick finish and cleanup job from 100 Thieves, and now they've got 5 minutes in return.
Nice.
Yeah, just not enough commitment there from Stick Drift. Just playing a little bit too on their heels. They lost that first pick. They ended up regrouping, and then they only kept one on point, and as soon as you know, that front line was removed, it was an immediate cap. You just got to be a little more aggressive than that, I believe, in those moments. Great portal there from 100 Thieves to play aggro. Notice how the portal is always facing away from the enemy on the ground, folks. Make sure you're doing that. It is essentially a wall for your team to play around. Try to cut off LOS at the back line or anything you can do in that front, but keep it away from the enemy so your team can get on point easily, and they do just that. We're going to see a strangling prison opportunity shortly.
Chip, how are you feeling about this defensive comp for Stick Drift here? It feels like it might be a little spread out here, and if they don't secure the lens that they're looking for, something like the fastball, it's like, it's going to be tough, man, to be able to survive what is Self on the sidelock. It's kind of what we saw in Museum of Contemplation.
Yeah, it's more difficult to get Wolverine value when you're playing constantly an Ironwood wall. Very safe walls here from Groot, and then Emma, TTK, especially on Emma, who's just holding that diamond form until you hear Wolverine's around. And the comms are going to be flowing for these teams. So they see that right there. The diamond form comes out as soon as Wolverine comes into play. It's going to force them backwards. So they're playing on their heels once more. Out goes a huge cutterfly, but it doesn't land. Self going to be on that as the comes in. Finds Regis. Do I see a two-piece now? Looking to escape with it as the Meteor Ram, trying to make sure that doesn't get value.
Oh my God.
Disgusting. I'm not even sure.
That would have been disgusting.
Did he hit that? It feels like he hit it, but it just didn't finish off the, or at least to the right of the rooftop. So much destructible damage here. But either way, good response out of the Groogle, being able to stay alive through the Cutterfly, as you said, as well. Doesn't need it, though, as the dash finishes Tones. And Bruce Banner back. 3 are hit up, but not slammed down. Juke does find Vinny, getting him out of here. 3 minutes left and falling. Either way, though, there's that BRB coming to so much use. TTK trying to get all eyes on those guys. You stay best, bud. It's just going to be 100 Thieves finding
Help
one
Vinny,
after the
help
other.
Vinny, help Vinny.
Wow.
No.
And they just take it.
Oh, they still capped, though, without Vinny.
Trying to play a little
Now
slow, trying to get
they
their feet
have
under them,
almost
and
5
Thieves
minutes for the
are
last
matching
phase,
that
chat.
energy
Uh-oh.
right back. They experienced it, and they want to try to dish that right back to them. Now moving forward, they are going to have ult advantage quickly here. Stick Drift, but the problem is when
It
you're
looks like both teams don't know how to play defense until last
point. A lot of the time
point.
you want to answer with it. You don't always want to initiate, because if you have it longer, it's a big advantage if your team's playing smart. So we'll see if Logan holds on or if they elect to be. Yeah, it could be very important fight.
God, you cannot lock these Thieves out, buddy. They're locked in, ready to roll, seeing if they can push this 3rd point up, already around the corner. See, again, as you said, can they answer the same call of defense? And they're, again, a little bit of a scatter comp here. You're going to have Tones on the tank pool, Iffy in the back line, just trying to stall that thing. But the Lynette already finds Doom, and this is the same problem we found ourselves in the last map and how they fell from what was looking like a successful push for them. Regis now spinning to win, finds nothing as the quick cut into Lina with the hit of the pistol. And man, Thieves are just erasing this team, making this defense nothing.
Yeah, that's even more confidence boost. You match the flushes back
What are
and
you
forth, and you
eating?
get the
I'm
first
eating
pick on
a
the attack,
burger,
and they
chat,
are
that
still
Emily
pushing this
has
thing as a
made.
unit. Delena holding on to this Kraken impact. We've seen what can be done with this. Delena incredibly strong when there is a gun in hand. Here's going to be more commitment. Bang, goes down. There's Iffy trying to stall. Clobbering time to buy more time. Can they get this pick? They do. They use the Kraken impact off that to get the ball rolling, but it's matched back with the invisible boundary, and Logan finds the pick on Delena. Huge pick by Logan there.
Yeah, if that pick didn't happen, it could be almost impossible, but they were able to just capitalize from it, right? Moving outside of it, because for a while that front line moved to another country, my guy, but they were able to at least slow things down. Now looking at the ult advantage, they're looking pretty good there. Obviously don't have the 2 strat ults, and so those are going to naturally go up with the same with Self and Winnie, or with Winnie. But either way, man, if you're 100 Thieves just playing the neutral here with TTK, maybe starting things off and finish it with the Sia.
Yeah, and another thing to call out is what I don't love is seeing the Vanpool coming out this late. I don't think there's any levels here for Stick Drift as they're pulling on a 0.3, so it's going to be tough. But Delena finds the first pick onto Doomed. The back of the Sia from Millennia, so there is some commitment there. Iffy and Rita still holding on to ultimates. Logan actually surprised.
Wait, I think they're forgetting someone behind them, right? Yep, there you go.
At 70, TTK starts off with the Psionic looking up into the sky, trying to keep Ritas away, and that is the good answer that we're talking about. Just matching that back and forth because we know how strong, Star-Lord can be. Surprised they didn't want to hold that for the Raging Royal flush, but I do believe it's because they knew it was going to be answered. Finds Iffy. TTK on the chase. Looking so good on this Emma.
Yeah, just trying to maybe burn it before they got themselves into a tough here in the power.
Bro, I can't imagine doing all this tracking with a controller, man. I don't know how TTK does it, or anyone on a controller does it.
When he does the same, this is the fight of the neutrals. What team's going to get it done to move their team up 1 in this series? Best of 5. Now, if you just try to stay alive as the symbiote, the dive down, Self-cutting.
Nice ult by Self.
Execution. Can he find? No. All of them
No, he's not getting any kills, though.
At this point, Chip, going to have that clobbering time, but time's ticking. Can't see 9 again.
Yeah, they almost did, but they get there. Meter on. But Galena's commitment starts up now. He's waiting for a moment. Gonna land it on a few here to try to hope that anybody can clean that up instead. Gonna try to drop out is gonna be BRB. Silent Blaze finds that pick. Numbers should still be even here in this next fight.
Do you not have thumbs?
Neutral battle, folks.
I can say the same thing about you guys with a mouse and keyboard if you guys are not used to it. Do you not have fingers? Come on, chat. Don't be stupid.
Pick there. Silent Blaze able to take out Delena, and we are heading to final fight territory as the whole team resets.
Silent Blaze, man, has been getting some of these key picks.
Uh-oh, 50 seconds.
Chance. And they almost had that. If you didn't have Winnie fall there, you had Millennia with the ult advantage to give them the Sia, and then I think you kind of had it, right? But no.
Yeah.
Instead, going to now have to reset the full last fight potential. Maybe, you know, obviously going to use the portal ahead of time to try to get that advantage. And I do like the call here.
Yeah, me too. This is aggro. I like this play very much. They're fully committing to this right now, and they are going to try to, yes, Millennia with the Psionic Seduction. Thighs out, cries out, but no. Gets blocked instantly, but TTK finds Tones. 2 go down here as goodbye to the DD. The lawyer falls now. No ultimates are going to be available. Doom going to be the closest. Can they buy enough time?
No way 100 Thieves wins. No way.
Gonna do it. 100 Thieves take this and make it a 2-1 series.
Man, another clean getaway
No
for 100
way they brought
Thieves,
that back.
and that is the team that we have seen have that clutch factor. Silent Blaze gets up in the chair. Can't believe it. As they had such a great
There
push
is
to
no way. Hey, Gaskin, I just want to say we loved your casting today, bro. I like how you said something about
they felt like Stick Drift.
What do you call it? They didn't even need a bidet because that was a no wipe. Oh my god! And then you said something else, and I completely forgot, but it was funny.
Back at it at the other side of this.
Oh, was it clean wipe, no bidet needed or something? Oh my god. That is crazy. That is crazy. Oh, and Captain America's hitbox. Yep, that was a good one. How did you, I like how you exactly knew what I was talking about. I'm switching from Xbox to PC for the first time. Any tips? I used to play Counter-Strike 1.6 like a million years ago. I think you just got to get used to it again, man. I think it's like anything. Just like anything in life, you just got to play with it for a little bit, and then once you get used to it, you'll build muscle memory and all that stuff. Aim labs? You don't need aim labs, bro. I've never done an aim labs in my life. I think aim labs is a scam. It's my B-day today. Is it actually your birthday today? Yo, happy birthday. Feels birthday man clap. I hope you have a great one. Oh, 5-minute break, chat. I think the best thing that you could do, and this goes for advice for a lot of people as well. The best thing that I think you could do is if you get a mouse and keyboard for the first time and you really want to practice, just queue up ranked. A lot of people do it anyways for the new character that they don't know how to play. So, hey, just go for it, bro. You got this. You got this, bro. What's UB 1.3? I think that's upper bracket match 1.3, like the match 3. Or like first day match 3. I'm pretty sure. I don't know. I'm just guessing. Also, yes, I never understood aim trainers. Wouldn't the best aim for you to be playing the game? Exactly what I said. I think maybe aim, like built-in aim trainers in the game could be good, but I do think aim trainers don't work, in my opinion. I've never used one. I just think it's, I don't know. Also, I think aim trainers for like games like Marvel Rivals or Overwatch or I don't know. It's not like Counter-Strike where all the characters have the same hitbox. Like Overwatch and Marvel have characters with different hitboxes and stuff. Yeah. I just use cheats. There you go. Jay, is the Navi versus Fire Strays on your VOD? Yes. Not on YouTube. I think YouTube only holds the first 12 hours. We're at 14 and a half hours. Yeah. When will you see you play? I don't really watch. J3, how do I watch your Twitch stream? Just. I don't know, man. My aim literally tripled in accuracy after a month or two of aim training. You're lying to me. 3 times 0 is still 0, bud. My game sense has tripled by watching J3's gameplay. That's what I'm talking about. J3, how do I poop? That's a question you should probably ask your parents. Oh, I don't want to turn it up all the way yet. I just got here. What did I miss? Oh, you missed almost 15 hours of games. Yeah. What if I don't have parents? Be there that. What if they don't have parents? Be there daddy. No, I'm okay. Also, you know what's a really good? This is low key, and I'm not even trolling. Something that helped me. When I was playing Overwatch every day, night in, night out, day in, day out, whatever it's called. Something that actually really helped me get my aim better is actually playing 2 different games. It's gonna sound so weird, but when I used to play Overwatch, my aim only used to be like, you know, let's just say it used to be like 50% accuracy. But when I used to also play Apex and then go back to Overwatch, I feel like that 50% accuracy went to like 60 or 70. I don't know what, bro. It just does it. I don't know why. Yo, hi, Dad. I love you. Sleep well. I'm sorry I don't have my phone yet. I just don't have my phone. I'll text you on Emily's phone. Thank you, Dad. Love you. I loved Apex, bro. When Apex first dropped, that game was so addicting, and I played that game so much, bro. But then,
what's going on, guys, and welcome back to the heater. That is
it did Apex things, and I think it went to shit.
And again, the map in the
I think it's pretty good right now, though.
Gotta say, man, right
I'm
off the
off
bat, ever
tomorrow.
since Hunter Thieves were
Nice.
able
If you want to
to
come
put
over
the
tomorrow, let me
band and
know.
The muzzle on the rocket, they've been able to find success.
Yeah, we talked about that early on being.
Wait,
saying
did
that
Cozy
might
and
be
Shiv
something
just
that would
switch
be beneficial
places?
to them. I think the BRB was getting a
Wasn't
ton of
Cozy
value.
on the
Yeah,
right
either
side?
way, it's been looking a lot better. And man, have these matches been pretty tight. It looked one-sided both ways in that match. I wasn't sure it was going to end up, and it went down to the very end, down to the wire. So what a match.
Yeah, it's time to break down, but first our MVP going to Millennia, and that's exactly what you want to see. I mean, we highlighted
Love you,
the
Dad. Have a
start
good
of the
night.
stream
Chat.
as
Say
the
love you, Dad.
backline,
Have a good night.
Of Stick Drift is the best combined in America when you look at healing per 10 minutes, right? Obviously, that can mean a lot of things. They could be played down in group stage. Lots to look at, but either way, you can't ignore the stats. And on the side of 100 Thieves, Millennia, I believe, was ranked like 30th, right? So to be able to climb back like this, crazy.
Yeah.
Do you think Rocket needs nerf?
That's nothing
I think
to joke
Rocket
about.
does need
Looking
nerfs.
Very strong.
I think
Speaking of six
Rocket
finals,
gets
you
too
see
much
the stats
value
across
for
the board
how
here. Delena having 14, being at the top with
basic
Regis in terms of
and
finals
easy his
across the
kid is.
board.
I said it.
will say there was impact like from everybody. I don't think it was majorly one side. I don't think it was a huge carry on any
I don't
direction.
think you
Everybody
can
had
have
their moments where
easy
they stepped
characters
up, but
have so much
it very
value.
well could have been a Stick Drift win too. So tight match here.
It was. I mean, I'm not crazy. I was trying to say this I was saying this to you in behind the scenes here. I wasn't crazy about the comp decisions now on both maps. When things were
Oh, God, I might have to go
getting
to
a
the
little
bathroom.
tight on the side of Stick
Yeah.
Drift. Great example, like having the tank pool that late, man. No XP. Like one of the benefits of the tank pool is to build it up over time. Like I didn't love kind of what felt like some panic choices.
Yeah, and you know what? Especially when you're down to just a few meters away, even the small moments of where you are upgrading is a huge disadvantage for your team where you're not focused on what's going on or you need to escape in that moment. It's very, very tricky. So I'm with you on that front.
Yeah,
think it was
I
more
like
so a panic
Rocket, but I
decision,
think
trying to
Rocket
find
just
something
gets
that
too
could
much,
work and maybe to shut
just gets
down
too much value.
some of
Also,
this
he has a
movement and
redo
stuff.
button every
Honestly, I'm not
45
really sure
seconds,
what the
or if
decision
he
was, but I'm with you.
dies.
Not the right
like,
one, but again, TTK,
if he
shout out
dies,
TTK as
he
well
just
on
throws
that
on a
Emma.
res beacon.
One of
Wait, what the
very
hell's
few
going on
people
here?
Still getting value and starting to pick Emma off rip as we see the team having some
Is
fun.
TTK cold, bro?
One
He's
different
wearing
look,
like
man,
a
when the team's
full
up
jacket and
versus when
sweatpants,
they
and he's
are
wrapping
down.
himself.
The smiles. He got. Was that a snuggie on, bro? Like, what we got
Is that
going
Santa?
on?
Is
Yeah,
that a Santa
exactly.
one?
Wrong
Yeah.
season, man. But no, and it's all nothing but foreheads and focus here for Stick Drift. That feel like that one, went away from them. Again, if you don't know,
Forehead
Stick Drift came
and
in second
focus.
in their group, right, and beat a team like we lost 2-0.
Yeah.
Hey, Sentinels came in second in their group, and we lost. Really put it to Sentinels. So we're seeing a lot of these teams that beat other teams in the group stage kind of land where they are now. But we said it at the beginning of this cast ship that it feels like this is a meta that does lean towards 100 Thieves and what they specialize in.
Yeah, it forces them to ban out some of the more poke stuff, and that gives them the advantage to play what they want to play all the time. I'm with you 1,000%. And this map going in favor in terms of the selection of Stick Drift is going to be Hall of the Jalia. I think this one is unique, man. We haven't seen a ton of this.
Haven't seen a ton of it, but when we do it, it's from Thieves typically. So like this is a Thieves map. They like this map all the way back to last year, man. I mean, you know how many game-changing decisions have happened in overtime? Obviously, the call that we were
Okay,
there
I think for
together
our
on the
sake,
Delena,
hopefully, I'm not trying to be mean,
against
but
the
hopefully
Shock,
100
and
Thieves
It's
wins.
all about obviously
I wanna go to bed,
the
bro.
firm defense of that point one, but
We
it
gotta do
plays
this all
similar to Central
again
Park in the way
tomorrow,
of
and I can't
once
wait.
you get that point one, you're able to really get that momentum towards the end of it because you need it all the time. Very hard to get a full cap on this one.
Agreed. And I think the first point is super defensible. We used to see back in the day, this was like the Namor map, right? Where you'd hold
We
that
start
height
tomorrow
left
at
side
6,
and just play
7
with
a.m.
Namor
again.
in case anyone's trying to flank. And we've seen some different strategies coming to fruition. The portal play still on the table, especially now that Strange isn't in a horrible spot with this more poke meta. So I'm looking forward to seeing what teams elect to run. It's very dive focused too. You can really kind of choose what you want to do here. You can even get some penny play.
So for sure, as we see the teams lock in, and again, I would like to see probably the Rocket Band in
Bro, I'm so
return.
full. I can't
We have
stop
not
eating,
seen as
bro.
much value
I'm
come
just too
out
fat.
on the other side from them. I do understand, how they want to roll with some of these DPS bands, but we've seen time and time again, Delena always answers the phone in the call.
7 a.m.
Himself, who a lot of viewers,
Tomorrow.
right, have a lot of
I'll probably
pressure
be
on this
live at
kid,
like
not only
6:35,
because of Terra leaving and all that.
6:40.
Terra, obviously, if you haven't known, is still looking like the best DPS player in the world, right? Big shoes to fill, but also as a player, what does he bring to this Thieves team? And he's shown it now in these last two maps. Gonna go ahead and open up with same mirror pick and bands. Gonna go right away with the quick Cyclops band though for Stick Drift.
Yeah, it makes sense. And I like what you're saying. And, you know, you can kind of allow, I mean, Cyclops is, in my opinion, the best hit scan in the game right now. You could let him sneak through if you want to get rid of the rocket. I see that they're not, you know, Thieves is removing the rogue. I see that Sick Drift's maybe not prioritizing it. I don't think that's a bad decision either, because I don't think Thieves.
They're
is as
banning
comfortable
Angela?
on
Is
that
TTK
hero.
really that scary?
But either way, yeah, I guess the next ban's going to be Angela out here from Stick Drift, not allowing TTK to move up in the sky.
Yeah, we don't. I think it was Vinny played Rogue once. We don't often see. I think if you do look at 100 Thieves and why last meta was so weird for them is they don't have a ton of rotation in their vanguards, right? And with Devil Dino and the way that he changed the pace of play, like that was their weak point and why they came in third in some of the matchups, in my opinion. But there it is, the Rocket ban, the Rocket save, and we're getting more of the same from Stick Drift, who feel confident in their choices. I do think the Angela, man, I don't know how I feel about this Stick Drift. You know,
Save Cyclops. Cyclops.
Yeah,
Cyclops.
I'm with you that I think
Cyclops.
Rocket needed to take a little bit more
Cyclops.
priority.
Cyclops.
Angela
Cyclops.
can be good here, but
Cyclops.
I don't think she's just the end all be all.
Cyclops.
Especially
Cyclops.
if you're, you know, I don't think they really struggled with it.
Cyclops.
They forced her off. You know, obviously Central Park's maybe not as much of an Angela map, but either way, you know, actually, that's not even necessarily true. There's certain points where she plays great, but either way, they elect to not do that. They're going to keep the Cyclops for themselves. Cyclops is all, even with combination of things like Groot, though, it doesn't cut through strat line ults. You can focus it on the Sia if you want to try to remove that quickly. Either way, it doesn't one-shot it, so it's not that much of a trade.
They
It does
banned
kinda force out the
Ultron.
focus. If they have any strat line ult and they match immediately into Cyclops, you stay healthy. So I don't know, man. I think the prio on Rocket enabling these duelists is more
I'm on
impactful than
EST.
having the duelist itself, and I think that's what we're seeing over this matchup.
Texas time?
Yeah,
I think
with that
Texas is like,
Ultron
what,
ban,
an hour
right? Typically,
behind
that's
or
going to lean
something?
more towards you're going dive. And so I think they're going to play
Or
a bit
two?
more of the comp that
2
we
hours?
saw
1 hour?
in
2 hours?
Museum of Contemplation. If you are on the side of 100 Thieves, Delina highlighting the hell of old. I mean, man, if you've been a fan for Rivals from quite some time,
Is it
that
an hour?
was Delina back in the day. But
Texas
now
is
it's a
huge,
new
bro. I
team,
wouldn't be
new
surprised
map,
it's like 2
new
different time zones.
chance
Is it only
to tie
one?
the series up for Stick Drift. You see them locking in. Okay, holds on. Will the Southern BA have an appearance? Yes, we've seen some scrims and off-pro map practicing here. I like it.
Ooh.
Yeah,
Self.
me too.
They're running.
Oh,
Oh, never mind. They got off.
Damn it.
Oh man, again, it's like the torch thing, but this time even faster. But yeah, I don't know. I don't think it's the best. We have rarely, if ever, seen triple holds on this map, right? Like you typically see that on convoys, and sometimes conversions, but it's far less frequent. Convoys tends to be the case. So I was pretty surprised there. I was wondering what the shift was going to be. And I mentioned Namor getting some play. What do you know? Doomed, who has been disgusting on that hero in the past, is gonna see some Namor play. Shout out Jay3, who loves that hero as well.
Yeah, you know,
Hey!
definitely, though, for
I
this
love
comp, it's kinda
Shib,
tough to
chat.
get
When I
rolling,
see
but once you
Shib,
do, it's really hard to
I'm gonna
stop.
kiss
Obviously,
him.
That's why it makes such a good defensive comp. But either way, we are seeing 100 Thieves play exactly near
Pretend
similar
this
to
is
what
Shib,
they had
chat.
on Museum. Vinny going to be on set on the Venom to help out that backline. Stuff about to be deleted from the video game already. And quickly trying to find that top corner. Delina is now hunting with the shotgun. They're kind of struggling if they're going to go top or mid. Choosing some of both. Doom looks like he's up there on top. And oh man, finds a pick, and this is going to give him the momentum. That's everything.
Yeah, really good start. The res comes through from Winnie, though. Numbers are even. It was a huge pick, but again, still going to be evened out, and that's the advantage of having that BRB on these defensible early points. Can they get the first tick? It looks like they don't yet. Forces out some cooldowns here from Doom, who looks upwards. Good escape and good movement there from Delena, I believe, was able to escape around that corner.
You're gonna
And
put
what a
Shib in your
retake.
mouth?
Really good movement here on the
it was
defensive
supposed to be
side
a
of
kiss.
100 Thieves, who have not lost a soldier
This
just
is a little
yet,
awkward.
as the BRB was committed.
Yeah, that's a good shout. And why I like the pick so much, even with the BRB, is that you can just set up more as the Namor. But 100 Thieves
Okay,
did
chat,
play
I'm done
really
eating.
good
Sorry.
as usage movement to get in there and try to make it uncomfortable, force the bubble cooldown and more. And there it is. Regis finds another that's going to proc the cooldown, continue on the pressure. Tones with another. And just like that, going to force these Thieves out of here. The whale comes slamming down, crashing down, finds nothing but the balcony top. There's now Doom force push back, bubble back.
I
They're not
never
on
thought
cooldown.
of
Or is
doing
on
that
cooldown,
with
sorry, but
Namor.
it's not going to play a factor.
Really smart decision there from Doom. You know, I talked about Cyclops doing that sometimes as well, just removing the Sia as fast as you can. There's
I didn't
immediately
even
getting
know
them to
that
point. Very
landed.
smart
Yeah, I
decision
never
making
knew that
across
landed.
the board here from Stick Drift,
I
who looks
usually
so
throw down
practiced
2
on this
squids
map,
and then I
folks
right
notice
click it and then you
Reyes
can
is
burn
on
it
the
pretty
Hela.
quickly,
Typically,
chat,
we've been
but
seeing Phoenix as the
I
choice
never
for hit
thought
scan,
about
and although
actually
this team up
ulting
may,
it.
you know, give you a little bit of a factor. It just seems to
And
be
this
the
is
pros
exactly
believe
why
that Hela
we
is just
watch
a better
MRI.
hit scan after the changes to Phoenix.
Now
So
we
keep that
learned
in mind.
something.
It's something to think about, at least, as you don't always need to match the pros, but it is something that should stick in the mind a little bit. We haven't seen that in quite some time.
No, it's a good shout out. And as I said, like, again, just being able to get that early advantage with the team up just makes it so hard to defend. It's kind of like when you have an offensive penny or domination penny. If you can get that point first, it's like going to be really an uphill battle for the team. But either way, we do have the triple Vanguard now. Self going to be on the rogue, who can play a bit more of that duelist, if you will, on the off angle. Going to have to do that perfectly with Aridus and Doom, because Aridus does not miss, as we've seen the Thorns throwing. And there goes the Heaven Fallen. Can they get anything out of it? Love the distraction that sets up Aridus here in the sky.
They're looking for something at this moment. Vinny down below, still holding on off the piece of the Abyss. Going to drop back to the team. Nobody falls. There is some commitment from both sides there. Ult's going to still be in favor for Stick Drift, only for a little bit, as Millennium's going to be close to that Sia.
Look out for the whale, the old Wombo combo, man. The Namor and Luna matchup. I mean, that has just been tried and true. And okay, gonna watch it early and pays for it. Never mind.
Yeah, and instead the pick goes from Vinny over to Doom. Sometimes patience is a
Oh,
virtue.
damn.
Right
Come
there.
on,
The portal comes
LeBron.
out now from the side of
What
Tones.
happened?
Use that as a wall. Notice again, folks, it's on the low side facing away towards your team and away from the enemy, so you can use it as a wall. Really good movement here. Delena is going to find the first pick now in the neutral fight, as that's going to put them up a number. Logan holding on to the dance floor. Self is actually over on that rogue now. Might see the Heartbreaker come out in just a moment. TTK on the Magneto. Been a minute since we've seen that, folks.
Come on, TTK. Let's see it. Let's see the slam dunk.
Unit itself can steal that ability right there to give the team a bit of shielding. Well played.
Love to let it going on Hella. Be like, all right, I'll show you who's LARPing here, Aridus. You get back off my hero, and gets himself the quick swap up. The team up gone. Doom now going obviously to the wall. They got to answer what is this Vanguard positioning, because again,
The Rocket just got 2 kills.
And with those
Bro, Rocket does so much
on
damage.
The damage out on the punch and the block with Magneto to boot, man. You are
Also,
making every bit
no,
of that,
you guys are
Gambit
right.
team up
No
done
Phoenix, but we're seeing Hella.
Yeah, we can see now, again, 100 Thieves doing a good job defending there after losing first point quickly. It seems to be the story on these maps here, these convergence maps. So we can see Tones trying to set up here with this fastball special. Again, gets a ton of value, but something they really like to use. So there's the full team switch.
Self now going in with the ult that we thought the moment it landed in the game would have impacted pro play. And yes, you do have the new team up with Wolverine to be able to really slice and dice through these Vanguards. But either way, Delena going to find Tones out of this thing. It's the front line falling quickly. Aridus gets a pop and a finish, but this team's got to rotate back and wait for this 6th member to come and
What do you
join their
mean
squad.
with the
And they
Namor
stagger,
ulting
man,
Namor?
and
Oh,
this is gonna have time to evaporate. Then again,
the other
5
team
minutes
Rocket
to go with
ulted, and then
now only a
Namor
minute 30
ulted
all
the
momentum on the side of Thieves.
Rocket ult.
Yeah, it's going to be tough. I was going to say it's tough to run Hulk into something like this, because now you not only have the CC, or the movement from the backline, but now you have the CC coming in from Rogue, who can just kind of tie you down if you are playing that Hulk. And that's what we're seeing now. Self trying to escape. Oh, what a freeze there. Immediately gets tranced. The Sonic Seduction. Unfortunate positioning there from Delena. Just caught up against the wall.
I don't think their ults are getting a lot of value though.
We're walking forward with a ton of ults available. It's their fight to lose this.
TTK, bro, come on. I better see LeBron. I better see LeBron James right here.
And I'm not sure that they'll have Portal. They might have it by the end of this last minute.
Yeah, it'll be close. Yeah, Delena, I guess, was just ulting to keep alive because he was about to fall there. He got frozen, if I saw correctly. But hey, gets the pressure too. My gosh, Doom up, down. But around, nothing from it. Logan does get a finish off on TTK, but there goes the huge advantage of having that rocket, bringing back one of the big Vanguards, the big 3 that they have. And that allows, obviously, the strategists to cook up those ults that much quicker. Regis with the quick finish. TTK feared nothing except the X-Men that is Cyclops.
Bro, TTK,
but
man.
when Cyclops is in, Meteor M does not stop the laser, and that is brutal. A couple shots are right to the dome and immediately pays for it. Regis finds Self, and this should be the point here. Well done by Stick Drift. Point 12. Yes, that will do it.
Yo, Andy, for
So funny that in early access,
66
you test
months.
everything, right?
Absolutely
We both
insane,
are
my
like,
friend.
oh,
Appreciate
man,
it. Appreciate
Magneto
it.
doesn't eat Cyclops, right? And it comes back to light here, as that was what was able to finish. Like, how poetic, as that is just a huge difference. That laser is able to cut through Magneto.
Yeah, I mean, and your team kind of puts less priority on you in the sky. Your backline,
Insane
because
how
they
his
think you're
lasers don't get
protecting
absorbed by the
yourself.
mag, but
You
doesn't
don't
that
put
make
yourself fired.
sense?
I mean, you saw Regis just
His eyes are
essentially 100 to
lasers,
0
chat. It's not
the Magneto right
like
there. So
metal.
It really
is it
something to
Magneto
keep in mind. You gotta
metal?
be, wary of the Cyclops. So Winnie holding on.
I mean,
there
no,
with
wait.
Raging Royal Flush.
Jeff's
There's
water
so many
does
ults
get
available once again for Stick Drift.
He can
Atlanta
absorb
gonna catch
Jeff,
back
which
up.
doesn't make any
Self
sense.
gonna be close. Vinny as well, but pretty much everyone on Stick Drift will have it in this fight. Match right back on both sides. Raging Royal Flush, the first pick last time, went to Thieves. Will Stick Drift be able to make that work? Instead, it's a neutral. Nobody goes down just yet as both teams drop back.
Yeah, I think if you're Stick Drift here too, you probably get off the Wolf, but they're trying to get that value. They do pin Vinny, find something from it, but here comes Self with
Listen, I don't know, man.
The dance.
Talk to the devs, chat.
Agree with it.
I don't know,
That's
bro.
gonna be team one.
I'm just a streamer, man.
At least most of them.
I don't even know what game this is.
With only 30 seconds left. I mean, I don't know.
I thought
Dudes
this
at
was-
95, keep that going.
I thought this was the DC game. What was it called? What does everyone call the DC game?
Which is what you have to do in the least on this map.
Yeah, this is going to be kind of a, not necessarily a panic play, but
DC
Millennium's gonna try to
allies?
hide
There you
this, this ultimate here around this corner. They're going to try to take this fight as soon as they see something come through because Regis, Logan, and Tones
Not Marvel
will have ultimate
rivals,
right
but
now, and
DC
they've gotta
allies.
Try to get an early pick, so likely going to need to match it quickly as they will have some sort of answers here from Regis. Got to hide this Sia. Oh, the BRB gets found there from Regis. Good eye. Going to be a huge, and again, taking out the 7th man in that moment.
Try to hold on to Logan's ult if you're going to be Stick Drift. Could be tough to do, obviously, but if they just get the value from Regis or have Silent Blaze charge up enough, they can get enough momentum to push in because one fight wins not going to be enough. There's going to need P2. They do find enough. And Logan is holding on to the ult, so things are going in the way of Stick Drift because obviously that rocket ult going down as well. The quick deletion of that ship gives the momentum back to Stick Drift. Now Silent Blaze and Logan both ready to charge up. Winnie now falls on 80%, dude. That could be what they need.
Now, this is clinical here from Stick Drift.
Yeah, no, I think STD does cap this. They have Luna ult over 100 Thieves. 100 Thieves has nothing besides TTK.
But trying to get past this, Angela. TTK opens up now with the Psionic. Looks back to protect back line. Self trying to move forward here. Overtime ticking down. Just a few meters away. Doomed is going to find 2, but Self says not up in here. Trades that back.
Yeah,
Will there be another coming through? Tones drops the letter. The numbers are falling here for 100 Thieves, and Stick Drift will do it. All 3 points.
That's a big push, bro. That's a big push.
We didn't like the Wolf. We wanted things to change.
We might go to another map, chat. That was a big push.
Able to really flip the script, and exactly what we wanted to see. Can they get the value out of the Regis ult? That's why you saved the Cyclops, right? They kind of didn't use that in the first point or 2 advantage, but they were able to hang on, use Logan to finish the rest, and that was clinical, as you said, from Stick Drift to really put the pressure on Thieves now and even up this score.
Yeah, these two, I said this should be a pretty good matchup, but they really have been putting everything on the line here. It feels like far more of an, at-risk stakes game than it currently is early on in the playoffs here. But either way, it does mean a ton. Well done by both of these teams. But shout out to Stick Drift, who that final fight situation, going in and holding on to those ults, being patient, getting neutral picks, and then committing was really big brain.
I mean, dude, I said it before, but like, yeah, if Thieves
Wait,
were to
Punny
lose,
is
they would
hit
go
scan and
not
Mag
just match
absorbs
the whole
it.
series. It's like then you have Sentinels, Flight Quest,
God.
and Thieves in the lower. Are you joking?
Punisher has
you
a
look at
gun.
last year. I mean, what a run this would be for the new
Guns
teams.
shoot
As we see, yeah, we lost
bullets.
moving on and Stick Drift. They want to do the exact same and show
The
group
bullets
A
will get
again
absorbed.
Was that true group of death? And the only thing B was the death of some of these orgs that we know and love in Rivals. 10 seconds to go, and man, I really like this comp here.
Which doesn't make
for
any sense.
Stick Drift.
Wait,
It's
does
tough, even in your
Torch
comp
also
games,
get
to cover
absorbed?
this
But
team up
Torch
here.
is fire.
3, 2.
Okay, folks,
I don't
we're going to
fucking
see
know.
what the
Don't ask
attacking
me, bro.
strategy is
I just
for
play
100
the
Thieves,
game.
and there's that portal that I was discussing. They are going to commit heavy here. They're not going to have. Oh, it's
Yo,
likely gonna
Jackie
be
with the massive
potentially
50 bits.
a
J3 would
TTK
hard carry
switch,
this
but it doesn't
lobby.
have the anvil, so maybe not.
No,
Might
no,
stay
no,
committed
no,
here
no.
on the Strange. Sometimes you'll see the team drop portal, drop back into the door, and switch once the team commits. Using it up in this location is a little different. TTK able to jump on top of Logan. What a decision to find one up, and they will not have that BRB, and that's a massive pick on a strat line.
Yeah, that was absolutely
Damn.
removed from the broadcast. Logan was. We're just gonna go and get the pick on Vinny.
Damn.
At least slows down a little bit that sustain, but Thieves already looking like they're gonna steal this first point because when he finds
No,
Iffy,
Hella does
just
not
like
shoot
that,
random
charging up,
bullshit from
ready
her
to roll.
sword.
You have Doomed up top
Hella
for
holds
kind
the
of
sword
that
in her
nuisance.
left
That's
hand,
kinda
and
Namor's
she,
throne, if you
I'm pretty
will.
sure she
That's gonna
shoots
have
with
Self
her
then
like
go
other
right after
hand.
that attack and at least get Namor
Does she shoot with her
uncomfortable
sword?
to squeeze out of here.
No.
Holding on, there it is. Good commitment there. Able to get the stun. Oh, wasn't able to get it off in that moment. Would have been huge to stun both of them at that point. But you can see dropping back towards the team is going to be Rez with the BRB. Numbers should still be even for this moment. This
Blades.
a nice pick. Tones says, let me get one more. TTK falls, and what a good
Blades
retake
are the
here
right
by
click.
Sacred after losing Logan that quickly. That is just very tough to do.
For sure, and it now makes it a hell of a lot harder to get point because that portal used, right? That is
Hela,
kind of the one thing
not
that can
Hella.
help get
Yeah, that's what I
through
said,
this
Hella.
tough wall that is this team comp, and so looking around to what they might want to do. I mean, yeah, you've got the Winnie ult coming up. Not a lot that can capitalize off it.
See, look, the
So
sword is in her
aggressive
left
itself.
hand.
This is going to be interesting how they choose to handle because it's two kind of
You see
I would
it?
say not
Look at it, chat. Look.
Focused
You see it?
teams, but Delena and Ritas going to try to get some value. Who
You
can
see
get
it?
the first pick?
You looking?
Yeah, it's going to be a little tricky. Doomed holding on to a potential huge whale.
Chat, you
Imagine
looking?
landing one up here could be a big problem right now, but I'm not sure if the... Oh, and I might have called it. No, it does find a few, but they cannot clean them up. Good drop back there. Almost a huge ult. Vinny instead is able to find Logan in an off angle we didn't catch on camera. What a play there by Vinny. Another backline pick onto a major strategist. Oh, wow.
Oh, Delena, bro. I think I did a rank 1 hella video on Delena.
Iffy, and this point might be theirs.
Oh my gosh, you can just see Ritas' reaction on his face. Gotta love these players.
Chat, you looking?
Can't believe it. On the 1v1 against Delena, showing exactly who throws the thorns better. Talk about a tongue twister. Bam, the quick headshot.
Ooh.
Good fight. His gambit. Logan just has to fall off to try to get back from the stagger. And 100 Thieves at 4 minutes to go. Gonna go ahead and have is the initial portal push. I like this aggressive play.
Yeah, we're going to see this a lot from teams at this level of play. If you lose point and you feel like it's relatively early on, you should immediately portal and try to pretend like you're still holding point.
Whoa, look, that transition, I thought I had a stroke. I'm pretty sure I saw an Angela throw her ultimate, and then we went to a Hella.
He comes back from the res, so still an advantage here. Another pick from Delena, and this just feels like home here. Seeing Delena on the Hella. It has been a minute, folks, but it looks just as clinical at this point. Delena going to look towards that back line. Notice the focus. Forces out a strapline ultimate, and they retake point. This is all a net win here for 100 Thieves.
Yeah, at this point, just trying to keep this team in any regardship.
Yeah, they're holding on. They're using a lot there, but seriously, I think it was the right decision. Wow, what a tackle there. If he able to clean up TTK. You can see the camera on the ground for Doomed. That's just raw hype. I think he knocked that thing off. Probably doing a Wolverine ultimate or something. Doomed able to find one more, and Sick Drift, really good job on this defense. Their attack looks so good. Their defense on point 1 was a little dicey, but they're back at it. And we're going to see here, folks, the hold install is still very much the case. And ult up here for Iffy on Stick Drift. Millennia holding on to the Sia. Vinny as well.
Uh-oh. Did Cozy die? I haven't heard him in a hot minute.
Use the Blicky on Rocket. Does so much damage, but it's hard to make that work out when you're constantly trying to make sure your focus is on heals. The Sia goes out, you can get a little more tricky with it.
Cozy?
They're going to start walking them down. 100 Thieves with 2 minutes and 25 seconds on here as they keep going around this first bend. Here goes the Raging Royal Flush now.
Yo, chat, where's Cozy at? Can we get a mod check for Cozy?
Oh, that could be a huge
Bro.
It is. Iffy able to try to clean up one, but nobody goes down. Down goes Vinny with a piece of the abyss, though. Delena in the sky. Still not able to
Dude,
make
shit
that
is going off right now, though.
There with the Goddess of Death, and now everybody drops backward. TTK coming out here with the thing, able to find the first pick onto Iffy. And now 100 Thieves are able to get around this first corner.
I am back from the dead. I absolutely got yeeted to another reality there for a moment.
See, I told you guys. I didn't hear.
Picking up right where we left off. Minute 50. Now with TTK over on the thing, ready for that clobber time to slam
I told you, bro.
We'll see what value Self can get out
I have
here
a boyfriend
from this
sense,
last
man.
stand.
I can sense when my
Good push
boyfriends
there.
aren't there.
Just like that, quickly. Delena finds another Doom. Big hit.
Yeah, good work there again. As Sick Drift down 2 numbers now. Winnie cleans up Tones, and everybody is walking forward. Out goes the dance floor from Logan. Is this going to be enough of an answer? The team's dropping back, electing to play safe with it and trying to kite, and nobody goes down from 2 ults in a row here. Doesn't even move passive. Disgusting movement. Clobbering time goes out, driving everyone backwards. The tackle comes through. TTK drops Iffy,
okay.
and now Thieves are looking to take point 2, and they might. Just, yes, they will, folks. What an attack.
Yeah, this basketball special not even needed as both Big and Wolverine get the job done quickly, finding the most. And oh my gosh, what a quick little poke and finish there on Ritas. So just like that, you can have Self go on to a new pick. This is kind of what we saw Stick Drift do kind of late on their offensive push. Only 2.5 minutes though, man. 2 fights at least to win, gonna make it tough. Doom back on over to the Namor. Ritas setting up defensively. Like the swap ups and comps from both teams there, Ship.
Yeah, good decision making here. Trying to shift the ties and just turn it away a little bit. TTK gonna get off thing too and go to that Emma. It's matched back by Tones. Just try to see who performs just maybe a little bit better, as Ult Advantage is still in favor of Thieves for the moment. Self goes down first on that Psylocke from Iffy. A good job chasing on the Captain America, who has been a mainstay
Inca
in
Cola.
Vanguards,
Appreciate it.
especially
Inca
over in
Cola.
EMEA.
Appreciate it. 9
There's a
months.
commitment now from Winnie. Everybody gonna walk forward, but
How you doing? How you doing?
Numbers, so advantage should be in favor of Sick Drift. As Logan gets that pick on Vinny, it looks like they will have to slow up here.
Yeah, that was a massive fight to win there because Now with Logan and Silent Blaze out, they can farm up a bit more. Logan will be able to get back with 1.5 minutes as well. Linnea obviously has that Sia, but you can burn that pretty quickly. And so, gonna be interesting. I don't love ult-wise what 100 Thieves plans to use here to get this final cap. Whereas with Stick Drift, right, Shib, you have a couple other like final fight finishers, in my opinion, as well as Iffy also having that cap third strat ult. I mean, this is gonna be really tough to break through if you are 100 Thieves.
Yeah, you're gonna have to find something cheeky here. Self on Psylocke is, you know, like you're saying, even Cap can answer that to keep the team up. There's a commitment from the Psionic from TTK, and that really did not net a lot. Instead, Self goes down once more. BRB, but it drops up out. The Sia goes. Oh, what a decision here to avoid the whale, hit the sky, and try to look for another pick if he forces to use the Freedom Charge. Heads back to the backline to keep them healthy, but it's matching ultimates, and now the point is scooching forward. Can they get it done with 40 seconds on the dance floor? Going to be the only ult available for the moment, and outside of that, if they're able to
Wait, I
hold
think
on
you
to the
should
dance
just
floor,
go
it will
in.
be Thieves with
STD
ult
should just
advantage.
go in.
Yeah, try to stall what you can.
They have a huge ult advantage with Luna. Just go in with Luna, get some kills and trades. And
Advantage. Self going
What?
down would be the pick of the century. Trying to get that butterfly last. Winnie at 83-2, that combo.
You're
would be
just
enough to
letting
get that
100
third
Thieves
point
build
back.
ults. Now
Either way, we're about to find out. Will Thieves move on in this upper bracket, or will Stick Drift Gaming continue to show that they have what it takes for the upset? The invisibility ready. Here comes the Gambit, and the swords are about to dance.
Yeah, Psylocke just holding on now, ready to press Q as soon as that ends. But Doom finds one. The letter comes back in. You cannot fall here, Self.
No.
Oh, no. What a pick from Regis, who's able to shut that down. Winnie takes out Tones. Regis and Iffy, and
They
that's
did
going to
it.
be the hold they needed. Stick Drift says, not today. And they move them forward.
I cannot believe you had the Gambit ult go forward, and Self was just trying to get that last remaining ult charge and unable to get the last finishing fight. And that's what I was afraid of. I didn't know what they really had in store. And with that Regis pick, my God, that was filthy. And Y continues to show that this team is stuck together.
I mean,
they believe that they could make a run for it.
Stick
And
Drift
right
did it
now, their
last
sights
game,
are
but
on
I'm
the land
so
ship,
like
trying to advance in this upper bracket. We are tied, buddy, for the BO5.
Oh, man, I love how you called it. You said it was going to go the distance, and folks, it did. At this point, I feel like I'm cursed in the best possible way as we are heading forward to the final match of this series. And folks, we will
They're gonna take a
check
break
it out together right after this break.
I'm gonna go get more water, and I'm gonna put this downstairs, okay? Give me 1 second.
See the dawn, the flames burning brightly, shining on those memories. And yes, across all time I see you turning the tides. And do you see now our time, our turn? We can still fight like the wind and fire. And wonder no more. That now is the only time your heart is mine. Light has fallen, darkness falls on. Yes, we fight for our destiny and fate. New days smiling for the past and future. Lead the way. And when you wake up, open your eyes, raising up your fists and smashing through time walls. Before the rift splinters again, we are rebels till the end. Rise up, open your mind, hold on to your powers. No one can stop us. We are rivals again until the end of time. Show me that you are still the only one that matters for me. I'll be waiting for you. Wait up, open your hands, holding on to your heart. Look inside you. Can you feel it? The sparks in you. Add it up, unleash it all. Wake up, open your eyes, raising your fists and smashing through time walls. Before the rift splinters yet again, we are rivals to the end. And rise up, open your mind, hold on to your powers. No one can stop us. We are rivals till the end of time. 한껏 높이 날아올라 내 누워진 밤하늘을 가로질러 Oh yeah, oh yeah. 필요할 때 내가 널 지켜줄게 간절히 바라면 이루어지는 마법인 거야 운명의 소리 들려 여기서 저기서 날 찾으면 달빛이 날 비춰와 시작해야 let's go 어둡고 흘러는 우주 따뜻한 눈으로 감싸나 순간 신비롭게 녹아내릴 거야 좀 더 기다려 I'll be there 쓰러지지 말 끝까지 일어나야 해 어딜 가든지 극복해 힘은 너에게 있는 걸 소리 높여 노래를 불러 작은 걱정 따윈 던지고 최선을 다해 가슴을 쳐봐 어둠이 떠날 때까지 아름다운 꿈을 밝혀봐 우리에게 달려서 그 세계 운명 어둠이 떠날 때까지 세계 운명 오랜 시간 간직해온 열망 까만 밤의 빛처럼 빛나 네 눈앞에 바로 어떤 나라 탑을 딱 봐도 superstar 딱 보면 모르나 널 지킬 나란 걸 더 지켜볼수록 점점 빠져들어 카리스마 넘쳐 흘러 oh yeah 운명의 소리 들려 여기서 저기서 날 찾으면 달빛이 날 비춰와 시작이야 let's go 어둡고 흘러는 우주 따뜻한 눈으로 감싸나 순간 신비롭게 녹아내릴 거야 좀 더 기다려 I'll be there 쓰러지지 말 끝까지 일어나야 해 어딜 가든지 극복해 힘은 너에게 있는 걸 소리 높여 노래를 불러 작은 걱정 따윈 던지고
Hello and welcome back. Down 2-1 against 100 Thieves, against the proven name, against a team with the history. They do not fold or fade. It is Stick Drift with the win on our map number 4. And folks, early on in the day, we had a total of, I believe, 7 maps. We're on map 5 already here to open up the back half. I'm Cozy, joined by Shib, and my gosh, Shib, I mean, is this what you were expecting? I mean, we thought this was going to be a close matchup.
You know, you kind of called it into fruition, man. I figured this would be the closest match of the day, but it's just been close the entire way. It's been down to 0.3 every time. Domination to 99 each time. It's been awesome to watch, so I'm just stoked that it's panning out like this for sure.
I'm telling you, when Shib and I get to cast together, it always goes the distance. As we look at our MVP going to Logan, and really whole team getting the MVP, just self-awareness of the comp and in swapping to what was a better counter and kind of point for that moment. A great thing to highlight is like Doomed had the Wolf ult when they were pushing at the end, right? And you're like, okay, maybe he sticks with it. Nope. Switches on over to the Namor that then proved to be all that and more for them. And I mean, Shib, right now, the thing is it like get off the Psylocke if yourself right now? Like we just both weren't fans of that.
Sorry.
Yeah, it was just, I don't even know what to classify it as. It was like there was the one thing that couldn't happen to give your team a chance, and it happened, right? Like had ult available, was just essentially waiting out the dance floor, likely got headshot, stun, headshot comboed by the Hella. So it was really like, it was just so fast. It was hard to react. I'm not sure if any dashes were available yet. I would have to go back and look, but yeah, really unlucky situation there to cut him short.
I mean, and there's a lot to like highlight that happened so fast, as you just said, because the fact that he was going in, he was going to use the dance whenever you had the Gambit ult, was trying to wait it out, and I don't think anybody expected Doritos to have that level of awareness, right? Like to just.
Is Jay going 24 hours? No, Jay, I'm not going 24 hours. If I did a 24-hour stream, this stream would end tomorrow when EMEA starts.
You know, in like your own comp games,
So,
it's strange, getting a little more aggressive. Like you could tell when that ult
after this stream. We still have one more match, by the way. But after this, I'm going to go to bed. I'm just going to wake up and do it all over again tomorrow.
Man, it's crazy to see that these two teams, in Yeah, we lost, and now Stick Drift, potentially new names advancing in this upper bracket.
I mean, yeah, we got to glance at the stats there for a moment.
Why are teams banning Rogue instead of Gambit? Because teams are usually saving Gambit first. You ban Rogue next so they don't get the team up.
Self just not able to get quite as much, but it's kind of funky because you have to think about the fact that Self it's kind of forced out of the Rogue. I'm not sure if that's the decision they like. They want to run the triple stuff, or if they're just no one's really feeling comfortable.
Look at Cozy,
Rogue,
bro.
right? And that's,
Look at Cozy.
That's a conversation that I think needs to be answered at some point, but did not work for him.
Again, you thought we would have seen more Rogue from them even back in the group stage because they had Gambit. They had a lot of experience playing Gambit, but this team, like TTK, let's just call a spade, one of the best vanguards in the game, right? Vinny, good compliment. But they are kind of focused on the heroes that they do well on, right? Like that is kind of what has been their vanguard role. It's why in the preseason even, it was like, what is going on with this team? Because it just felt like they were off.
I like Cozy's jacket though. I like the orange
that they do have if you do highlight things, and obviously in that complement duelist role and Self. But yeah, what do you think?
I think it wouldn't hurt to be more confident on things like the Venom cap. I think having that in the bag over this last few metas has been very important. So maybe that's in the conversation. I think Angela being banned out definitely hurt them because that's kind of what they've been pivoting to, offer their more comfortable stuff. And obviously TTK is good on Angela too. So yeah, I'm with you. Maybe that's in the conversation, right? It's tough for me to
Warren in the Overwatch
right now, but I will say
no, not really.
Venom cap.
I memed on him for having the title #1 Ash,
like a mainstay on everything.
Not really.
And I think this team lacks the confidence there.
Actually, I saw Warren in person not too long ago.
Played nothing but cap, right?
It was at the High Guard. We met up in High Guard in LA.
Allows your backline to then build up, which had them hold that .3. So like, there's so much going into play there that cap does for the team. And it just felt like when they identify kind of some of their weaknesses that maybe they did have in the group stage, it was that, and that's why we're not seeing the confidence there, as you said. It put. But either way, yeah. And what does Self feel confident in?
Does TTK play Venom? I don't think so.
Side? You know, like even like how I don't know, the Namor could have come out maybe on their side.
I'm warning you. I just want to play Squirrel Girl, Jay.
Something they're not comfortable with potentially.
Yeah, I'm not sure. Yeah, you're right though. It does feel like there's just like a.
I like how people think this is like.
Comp design. Like they can't
I have beef with that, bro. I have beef with anyone if they get invited to a tournament and don't fucking try.
So good
I'll call anyone out.
That it's like I'm not sure that they need it, but then again,
give the spot to someone else, man.
It looked all right. It looked all right prior, but this match it didn't ever really work. There was not like a moment that side just looked dominant. And I don't know if that's a product of just being on that map. I think. Hall to Jolly just as a whole.
J3 Shoe Lips with the massive gift sub. Appreciate it.
So maybe it's more tricky to run the Psylocke there without the Namor in play. Maybe that's a different conversation. But the big thing is, I think like you're saying, I think the Cap Venom and potentially having like a more confident Rogue that can really dominate might be really good because they're allowing that through for them.
So
how long till game?
Like we were talking about it.
Should be a few minutes, not even a minute.
They'll be here in a moment. We got the FS rolling on. Get ready. But I gotta ask, bud. When it comes to the map, right? It's going to be 100 Thieves to pick, which could be a favorable situation here.
Sure.
Usually we see these teams go into Dom because they just feel like that's how they wanted to settle the score. But with how the Dom went to open up, obviously they didn't have the Angela. Things looked off to start.
Yeah.
The Thieves take it there? Like, where do they go?
I think if they remove the rocket like they have been, Dom might be a different story. I think that was really the problem that they had. There's a lot of combination off the back of rocket.
Wait, are we going back to domination?
And just BRB. I think I saw 5 BRB reses in the first map alone. I was like, you know, that's got to be addressed. And if you can't get to it, just ban rocket. I think because he's
how many
really
pets
good
do you
right
have?
Now.
We have 3.
Very
Noodle,
valuable
sushi,
at this
and
moment.
boba.
So that might be a different story. But I'm with you. I'm not sure that it's enough. I think Stick Drift feels confident on domination, just the comps that they like to run, and they're very synergistic.
Dude, isn't it funny too that Yggdrasil's path just disappeared from the
I miss it, dude.
Like it used to be. Like what happened to that map?
The Yggdrasil path.
Like, all the time,
bro. I love that map.
Dead. There's just no. There's been virtually none of it here.
What happened, bro? Everyone loved that map, and Ignite 1. That's my baby, dude. I love Yggdrasil. I think it's so fun. But yeah, everyone just hates it now. I don't know what happened.
has no chance anymore. But I think you highlighted something cool.
Just
that is
cut
that
to someone
Phoenix
that's
is kind of not
Yo,
in that
production,
pick. And
what are we
obviously for a
doing,
couple
bro?
reasons, now you would think with like Rocket, right? That's where people.
They're talking strategy, and we just went straight to their face cam.
Phoenix so easily, and with some of the nerfs that obviously she took. It does now finally put Hella into a bit more of a comfortable position because you have to look at it as kind of where they want to play.
Is
the
their
hero.
coach sleeping over there, bro? Tell him to wake up.
30 meters and out, which is
what's
where
he doing over
there,
there, man?
Phoenix ultimately.
Yeah, I think it was just enough. And, although it's kind of tricky because, like, it's weird because I think since Rocket has kind of just moved up in the meta, I would think that Phoenix would scooch up as well. But the focus
that
at
heaven
team play at this
behind
level, they're able to burn that more consistently. That's probably the idea. But, yeah, I think it was just enough of a nerf where Hella is back in the fold, just has a quicker TTK at that extreme range that you're typically playing on the off angle, and doesn't hurt that you can team up with Namor, who's not in a bad space or state by any means.
What protein powder do you use? I know you've been chimming it up. Ooh, I haven't been using my protein powder in a long time. I used Gold Standard for a very long time, but apparently Gold Standard has a lot of, from what I've heard, metals in it.
I think they lost both and got out. We lost it in it all. But like just to be able to like come together as players, it's like. Yeah, obviously, it's like you can say who wants it more, but it's there's a lot to be said with experience, especially here at the pro play.
Yeah, and also like it might be a nerves thing, right? Like their first time going into it, like when they're just starting to play in pro against these teams that maybe have been around since essentially like beta together.
Ending your legacy with the massive 4 months. Appreciate it.
And they struggled a bit, but they've definitely looked a lot more consistent here.
New follower
I think
defending.
this team is locking in as a unit. They're essentially becoming one of those teams we talk about, like Thieves, like Sentinels. It's
Armory
like,
did
the
not
longer
crash
that they
out.
spend together, the better they're going to be because they can just kind of know what their team's going to do without communicating it.
Yeah, I mean, listen, guys, we've got our players ready to lock and load here. I have my mouse open because I'm staring at some new costumes in the game right now. You can get your hands on. We've got the Summer Fest ready to lock and load, and let's take a look at some of these new skins as we give our players a chance to lock in.
Oh my god, bro. 100 Thieves. Why is it always with 100 Thieves, chat?
Protect your ball king.
Can we get it? Yeah, can we get a Dallas R? Oh my god, wait. Apparently, the Swamp Gaming House is having internet issues, so there might be more delays later on. There's no way. There is no way. I have chat. It is 10 o'clock. We're gonna be dead tomorrow. Is there anything that you could do to get like stay awake? Can you slap yourself? Or someone said dip your face in like cold water? Oh, you know what? Yeah, chat. Just because you guys said it, I'm just gonna do crack.
Well, welcome back to that absolute feast for your eyes, and Captain America getting the whole freedom out, ready to charge ship. I mean, what do you think of these new costumes?
Their eyes are up here. They all are looking really good, dude. I love how a lot of them are like those legendary skins where you can change the outfits, make it more customizable. I think that stuff's really cool. Changing the way some of the ultimates work and the flow. Got to make sure you get those unstable molecules, everybody. Make some changes, because I'm telling you, the alt changes specifically, in my opinion, are so sick.
Yeah, did you see? I saw on Twitter they said, and that does it for wave 1 of the skins. I'm like, hold on now. Is there
wait. That's it for wave 1 of the.
Be angry. Can we get a black cat skin? I don't know. I'm just saying.
Wait, there's gonna be another wave of beach skins
down the line.
That's it. Give me a Groot one. How about that? You know what I mean? Let's shake it up. Let's get crazy with it. But no, man. Yeah, honestly, very, very cool. Shout out to the art department. I do not believe these guys sleep at all, because they are just churning out skins, and they're all awesome.
Yeah, man, Groot in the Speedo. That would absolutely, I mean, Vinny, can you imagine the numbers he'd pump out on that? But yeah, man, Either way, I think one thing to highlight too that we've seen less of is White Fox. I think obviously in group stage, and I say that because with new skins and costumes coming out, it's so funny. You always get more people like ready to lock down the hero or whatever. But we have seen kind of a reduction in White Fox, and that's, in my opinion,
There's no way, bro. There's no
dive
way.
Is also good against dive.
Marvel Rivals knows how to make money, chat. That's just crazy.
From what we've seen in the early playoffs.
Yeah, and oh, look at this.
A palm tree Groot would go hard. Oh my god. A palm tree Groot skin, and the thing that he throws with his right click is a coconut.
Final map between these two teams, folks. I am stoked for this. You know, everything on the line here. I can't imagine how aggressive these two teams are going to play.
Dude.
Midtown's such a pick, man, and I love it. You know what? I'll be honest. I'm a fan when it doesn't come down to Dom to end it. Typically, it feels like
we deserve half of all the money that Marvel Rivals makes.
Sometimes I kind of one-sided, right? Like you could see the ending writing itself. Whereas, you know, Midtown...
An Ultron in a bikini.
There's been a lot of clutch moments on this map in particular, especially for 100 Thieves.
And then I'll cosplay it.
Stick Drift having to really come up and see what they've done on scrims on this map, what they feel comfortable with. This is a good triple Vanguard map out of the few that are there. That has kind of fallen a bit there in that way, shit, but this is one of them that can work.
Yeah, I agree. I think that we can see the triple here. We could see Adam, you know, which Thieves obviously aren't afraid of running.
Droid
They've done that
Keeney.
already today, so could be in play. So looking forward to seeing what's being run. Again, this has the penny potential. This is one of those maps you can get a little more crazy with it. I love seeing this map here as our final match.
Why doesn't Marvel Rivals come out with creator codes?
Fox, man, you know, just to kind of address your question.
Chat, use code J3 in the item shop to get your next naked skin.
Fox just kind of struggles into the poke heals comparatively.
Nice stretch. I felt that one.
Or, you know, the value in terms of ultimate of something like Rocket, right? Really good at enabling dive and playing with dive, but not so great at being more of those like set up build ultimates that your team might need to clutch up.
You said it best, man, and here it is. We got a 2-2. Winner moves on, and we'll
wait, we have a 2-2?
fight the winner of our next matchup. We are still in our first set of matches here in Rivals, and I continue to say the gameplay speaks for itself. It's crazy now. Going into what is
someone asks why don't they just ban Rogue? Well, the reason they can't ban Rogue is because they're going to save Gambit.
First Protect going to be on that Gambit most likely.
And then what's next after you save Gambit? You ban Rogue because you don't want them to have the team up.
I think, you know, actually not sure what they're going to want to ban.
Ooh, Stick Drift banning the Rocket. Smart.
The Rocket. Okay, dude. We were saying this might need to be matched back and forth. I think that is a very good decision from Stick Drift and a huge change finally from what they've done so far.
Yeah, and it just, for 100 Thieves, like, it just helps enable
now you
their
ban,
gameplay time, right? Very
now you ban the Rogue,
very aggressive focus, and so by
ban the Rogue or ban the Rocket?
Like, if you go back to even Central Park, they won a couple fights going with that Rocket Raccoon. There's nothing to answer it, and they went from there. I wouldn't hate a Luna ban here from 100 Thieves to mix things up. They're going to go with the Rocket, obviously, to start things.
There's the Rogue.
No, going for the Rogue, fair enough, into then what is probably the Rocket. But that last ban has been kind of up in the air for the team, and they've changed that a few times with a different look as we continue to look at the foreheads once again of Stick Drift.
Yeah, I think the Rocket ban needs to come in here, if I'm being honest. Looks like it's going to be the Wolverine instead. This is a decent Wolverine map. This is more brawly, so you can get around, but there might see a lock in here, or they might... I'm not sure. I'm not sure what they want to run here, but I think Rocket or maybe even Star-Lord.
Does that force like a Rogue ban then from Stick Drift's side? Because then that, to me at least, shows that they want to run triple Van potentially again, or they just want to go with the Groot front to back, maybe go with more of the Elsa Groot play that they had on Museum. So it kind of opens up two lanes, but yeah, they give them Rocket. Kind of interesting to rely on that last. Really mixing it up here. Remix is sometimes the mascot of this team is their coach, and wow, Cyclops, dude, this is a completely different look.
Yeah, very different. You know, I think Cyclops, like, again, I think he's really, really good. So not saying it's
Cyclops.
a bad decision, but
100 Thieves has Cyclops.
The Cyclops here from Stick Drift as well with the Rocket. So he becomes just far more
threatening. Damn, you banned Wolverine and Daredevil. So what's Self gonna play? Is Self gonna play the Psylocke?
We'll see what Thieves are able to do here, folks, as we head into this final matchup between these two teams.
Also, they didn't ban Rogue. Yeah, that's true. They could do they could do Star-Lord as well, but usually the Self play Star-Lord. I thought he was usually
the smile from Self when he saw his Daredevil get banned. Hey, go ahead and play Psylocke, says Stick Drift. We don't mind. And if you take a look at what that he did play in the group stage, Daredevil was the most played by him, followed by Black Hat, who might as well be banned because it's garbage. And then Ultron, Star-Lord were the next two alongside
Cozy
Punisher.
straight to the point, garbage.
To go with the play is going to obviously open with the triple vanguard with the wolf down. Man, with Vinny and TTK, this could be disgusting because TTK might as well be a duelist, as we know on Mother.
Did Sentinels
Yeah,
win?
yeah, very strong, and I think Groot's really good at this map too. So this is where it could
Let me ask
absolutely
you a
work,
question.
And they're going to play hyper aggro.
Do
with
I have
the
hair?
Loki copy as well on this design plan.
And
Delena's just
if I
essentially playing his own
think
game
I
as a
know
hits
your
game here.
answer, that's your
No, I don't
answer
hate
to
it.
that
I
Sentinels
really
win.
don't, especially with the removal of Wolverine. This is definitely different, and I love different, man. This is gonna be fun to watch.
D-Bert, preacher must have 100
It
bits.
is,
Can you
and it
see
puts a
Jeff
lot of
coming up from
responsibility
underwater
on
with a
Doom
buff human
here,
physique
because like he's gonna have
with a
to
Jeff
hold back,
Shark
it's gonna be the
head?
off
What?
angle. But no, okay, Self going on over to the soldier, so they do change up at least. Maybe
No,
show
yeah,
what they'll do on the
Sentinels did
defensive
not
side,
win. They
Sam.
lost 3-1.
I don't hate soldier here either. Get a peek of what is the first hit now, as you see plenty of Penny play early, and again they play Penny so passively though. It's what I've continued to see from this team.
Yeah, it just slows the pace, and it's all about buying time. Penny can get the cheeky picks, and I mean the spawner's gone instantaneously here, but yeah, I'm with you. Usually we see some more aggressive Penny door holds. We've seen in the past.
Oh, he's playing the
literally
Bucky.
add a door
Okay,
using
interesting.
Root Wall
Both
to try
teams
to
are on
protect it
Bucky,
for
and both
longer,
teams are on
It's had some success.
the
amount of movement so far, being able to almost get to
Cyclops.
ambulance, it
Interesting.
shows me that this defensive attack is just not working nearly as much as maybe they think so.
Yeah, just force it. I mean, you have to at least hold up one choke or the other. Just got to get off the hero, and Groot being a great pick on the map.
Chat, can you
and
guys
against
make sure to
hero
pay the
itself,
internet?
Able to get those nests deleted with ease. TTK just holding the pressure on the front line too. So like right now, you're just unable to do much but back away, and you're farming up 100 Thieves. You get these ults going. Winnie already activated, ready to roll, and here goes the Gambit ult. This is going to be full W and press from the Thieves. Ooh.
All right, and yeah, Tone's able to drop the Lena quickly is a huge play after we see the copy comes in from Winnie. It's gonna be another pick here from Iffy onto Self, and now Stick Drift are stepping into their shoes a little bit. Oh, commitment from TTK after 2 down. Not sure how much I feel about that, but it's like I lied. Winnie's able to find Iffy. Now numbers pretty much evened out. The res comes through from Iffy though, back in their favor. Stick Drift walking forward heavily. Tone's able to drop Vinny here on the Penny, who still has not gone down. And I think the idea from the attacking side of Thieves is to try to have Self, who's now actually switching over to Magneto, playing that Bucky to try to pull Penny.
I
off the
wonder
mine
if
to get
there's
an
a
early
person
pick, but
out
really good
there
positioning, playing like you're saying,
that can
really
tell
passive.
every single character apart.
And really good patience.
Depending on their
Radius. I think
feet.
he was trying to see if he needed
Just
to
a-
use
just a
the
picture
Ruby
of their
Rage
feet.
with that Gambit ult,
You guys think so?
or if they could just go ahead and move on in and get the picks the neutral way, and they did. I mean, they were able to get it just like that. And obviously, Tone's getting that mine elim on
Sorry.
Delina.
I've been live for almost 16 hours, chat. I don't know what I'm saying.
In here with Millennia, gonna go ahead and give Delina that boost needed. There's a Ruby Rage. Up, down goes Iffy. Don't know if that's the pick that they cared too much about, because that res is coming up, and they're showing what 100 Thieves did this last time. Self needs to get that value out of Rogue. Delina, though, finds Regis. That is most of their damage. They should be able to push in strong here. Tone's using what I call the worst ult in the game, but either way, just being a distraction as they move in.
Yeah, it just spreads the minds a little bit by just in time, but Doomed is able to find Delena, and now they are still holding. I'm surprised by this. I thought this was going to be 0.1 here. What a good retake. As the portal now gets committed, this is very much back in their favor, being up a number.
Come on,
Winnie with
100
the
Thieves. You guys
ult,
only
though,
have
this next
60
fight besides
seconds.
Iffy.
You guys
Iffy
gotta
could clutch
make a
insanely
move,
here,
man. Gotta make a
trying to
move.
take out the copied Winnie off the Gambit Raging Royal Flush. That would be a disgusting shutdown. We'll see if that works out. And here goes the commitment now. Is it going to be matched by Iffy? Yes, it is. Iffy goes up with the Meteor Ram. Tone's able to drop Self, though. Bang! Meteor Ram goes down, but it does not get the pick that is needed either way. They take
Oh
this right
no,
back
bro.
in.
Oh no.
Boy. They are just
Less
playing on
than
their
50,
heels, man.
40 seconds, chat.
Yeah,
40
this is a weird
seconds.
comp, but either way, it's working. Vinny had 1 health remaining and was barely able to.
And-
sit,
and
then
100
ended up
Thieves
getting
has
picked
no
up by Doom.
ults.
Good awareness there. And, I mean, look what we're working with here. We got the triple van, but that one spot that we just said we didn't like, kind of the passiveness. They're able now to hold down, and they got the pick on Stealth. And so at this point now, you're kind of having some spiraling happen. This would be such an sensational stop in defensive hold. Will 100 Thieves have what it takes? Because right now, Millennia is going to be their last option. But don't sleep on TTK and Emma with this ult as well if they choose to go that direction.
Yeah, using this to try to break Mind Spawner just a little bit, give them some space.
Damn,
But the Raging Royal Flush
nothing,
comes right back
nothing,
in.
chat,
Self
nothing.
does have ult available. Delena very close to. He's going to be able to launch us in a moment. Bang, there goes the commitment. Doesn't seem to get enough
Nothing,
value.
bro,
Kraken
nothing.
Impact goes through. Can they clean that up to keep it moving? Doesn't look like the reset was there. I'm not sure I saw
Nice.
it. At that
Nice. He
moment
gets res
itself,
though.
is still holding on here. Regis in Phone's launch ult, but down goes Regis with that eye in hand. Massive play by TTK.
They're right now just trying to stall and maybe get Ritas back, but the portal's already been used, so it's gonna be 100 Thieves gonna get this point. Coming up clutch, even without the Ruby Rage, man, is crazy. Self was able to get a lot done from their point, and just really good execution, because this is one of those points that you get 2 minutes and 30 seconds on, Shib. World of time, right? Gonna be a couple chokes, obviously gonna be at least 2 fights. But man, they're kind of gonna be able to get back armed and dangerous again, even without the Bucky ult, as Winnie is close to it. Vinny's got his. This is looking scary now against Stick Drift.
Yeah, and notice here, folks, how immediately 100 Thieves push this far forward with the Vanguards. This is the definition of taking space. They want to ensure that if there are going to be 2 fights, they're as far up as possible. Here comes the momentum back, though. They're going to have to drive backwards. Oh, this could be massive. It's cleansed immediately, though. There's a few cooldowns. Crystals go out. Meteor M goes up. The Sia is there, too. Will it be enough of a damage boost to get a pick? No, that's 2 ults for nothing here. It's actually a trade in favor of the side of 100 Thieves as nobody goes down.
Yeah, a lot of hero moments, but nothing landing from it. And, you know, do you like the penny, sticking on the penny here on this back point of the defense? Down the ramp, it's a little better. I think you kind of give second point, though, with that decision, right? So, like, yeah, right here is kind of where they're hoping on bunkering down, which you only need 1 point, as we just saw. Quickly escape here as TTK is pushed forward.
They're gonna break that spawner quickly, try to get some time back. 14 seconds, Tone trying to get a pick at TTK. Cleans up Iffy here. There's the match right back with the Royal Flush, but they're down a number. That should be advantage in the favor of Thieves.
They didn't.
But Logan gets the first pick, too. Oh, but the point is already taken, though. It doesn't matter.
They didn't touch the point, bro. Chat.
At this point, I mean,
We've seen like 3 or 4 C9s from both of these teams by now.
Get that cap and keep eyes on the prize. We saw that early on. Feels like a day
Pro
ago,
players
but,
are not even playing the objective.
Some form of it there, unable to push forward as one, but you know, it always stinks too when you get the team wipe here. We've been in those positions before, right? In comp, where it's just like, yeah, we won, but their spawn now is right there, and we're now kind of playing behind.
Yeah, they're going to essentially flip spawns here, right? So they're going to treat it like they're attacking. They're going to play down here and hold it here. This is a good idea for what's, you know, this is the only thing you can do when you fall into a position like that. At this point, try to stop them point 3 as early as possible and just play hyper aggro on this defense. The point starts moving, though, putting him in a weird spot. Regis gets the first pick on himself, but like you're saying, he's going to res right behind. It's not a big deal for them. Ult's available here. There's the combination. Bang, bang. Does it go through? It does not. The Sia gets committed as an answer, so a lot of ults are coming through now. They're not afraid to play aggro here as the whole team drops back to the spawn door.
Wow. Look at that rocket placement, too, on the ult. Obviously, you're going to have the Ruby Rage there that would try to answer the call.
This is a really good ult.
There from Silent Blaze, who has been unable to play the Raccoon. Now can. Like that, the rest swinging clutch. I mean, they're playing in opposite spawns. What is this shit? But it's great. Just sustain and pressure. Down to a minute 20. I mean, what in the world after what was an early point?
Dude, this is such a good hold, man. A lot of people don't realize, like, there's another point. There's a few points that you could do this on. It is so good. Like what's the vampire map, chat? It's not Midtown. It's Central Park, I believe. You could do it on Central Park as well. As soon as they cap first point, but you still win that first fight, and they have that forward spawn, you can still hold inside like those tunnels, and it's really good.
They're playing masterclass right now for defense. I actually think that was definitely in favor of Stick Drift on the way they were able to keep that thing rolling, and here it goes. They've got to win this fight.
You can do it also on the Ultron map as well, yeah.
Slams the Kraken impact, trying to make that impact for the team. Doom has been on so many teams that have gone so close to greatness. Will this be the one that finds it? Now, again, just trading spots. And even if they lose this, they still have so much room to work with. How much will they commit?
Wow.
Thieves getting it done.
Hey, shout out Vinny.
Excuse me.
That Strangling Prison was absolutely disgusting. I mean, there's just no ifs, ands, or buts. Around the Strange Shield on the left side, finding 4, the team cleans them up from there. Not much you can do when you can't move at all.
Chat.
And actually gets rid of the ability to use some of those movement cooldowns. That was fight winning there. Is it game winning? As Elena now has ult, Self has ult, Winnie, and Thieves are very much in a position to take this. Blaze, though, Silent Blaze with the Sia. Is that going to be enough of an answer?
I mean, yeah, there's nothing like Vinny on his comfort pick that has been for so long now. Delina trying to focus down, break down that rocket ult. That was all that really Stick Drift had in the bank. It's going to be a while.
Yeah, YWL1.
From it. This should be 100 Thieves to pick up and clean, but they find nothing from the Kraken impact or Delina's Ruby Rage. Winnie now trying to get the cards going on their side, but man, it is a great defensive effort. Last moments here to push in Chip.
Yeah, I'm not even sure where the numbers are at. It looks to be 5v5 as the points moving. The touch needs to come through. If he burns a lot of cooldowns, goes down. Vinny trying to get this thing
That's bad
going
for
here. Redis on the
STD.
off angle with the pull gets Vinny, but what a wall
Ooh.
to keep him healthy there. Great decision. Oh, crap.
Ooh, pop the Bucky, pop the Bucky, pop the Bucky.
Line to ensure that he lands on a clone to burn that guaranteed to get the reset. But oh no, has to drive backwards. There's a lot of time doing nothing. Oh, Kraken impact, or excuse me, Raging Royal Flush. There's the Kraken impact. Bang! Redis finds one. Logan Tone, Silent Blaze, and they are gonna hold it. What a stop!
Ooh.
4.3.
Hey, that's still a
dude,
really good
that
push.
Hold was everything because it was. I mean, they were at like what 75% whenever they had 4 meters to go, and they were able to get the remaining across the board. Great communication, and then everyone back online, flip the Gambit ult, and win that matchup. Awesome defensive effort. 100 Thieves made as much as they could out of it, but even after getting through 0.2 with 3 minutes on the board, cannot finish. Will that come to bite them and in the upper bracket run? Now, what do you do on the flip side of things here if you're going to be Thieves? You go to the triple Vanguard, you go to that rogue yourself. God, man, this is going to be a tough decision here for Thieves.
100 Thieves is running the GOATS comp chat. 3-3. 3 tanks, 3 supports.
They're going to have Vinny essentially try his best to just sit on that point and make sure it doesn't move a lot. Self and TTK going to hold the front line, and then back line just do what they do.
Hey, what the hell? Dang, this is the closest that Team USA... Oh, this is closer than Team USA ever got.
But yeah, I mean, I'll tell you what.
We
really
came in
good
second.
hold from Stick Drift. I love what I saw. The question is that enough? Because they really started showing up only in those last moments after the first point, which looked
We got
insane.
to the grand finals.
Man, the numbers are crazy on the side of 100 Thieves, too. I mean, if you just look across the board, the value these Vanguards are getting, but it does feel like Stick Drift is feeling very comfortable in what they've got on their side. Now, Delena and Co are going to match kind of the same comp they had on Museum outside of Vinny. Off the tree, going to be on that sustaining effort and constant nuisance that is Venom as
J3,
well.
I was
What do you think
playing
on the
comp
Adam
and
here?
everyone
Obviously
said
did
to
not work in
avoid
favor
me
of
after I
Museum,
went
but
2
could
and
be a different story
15.
here.
Was I in the wrong?
Yeah, at this point, I want to see it. At this point, I want to
Honey
see
Badger, anytime you want to play a
Like, I wanna
video
see if they
game
really
in
good. I think
general,
double
you're in the
res
wrong.
here, too, with Winnie. They're going back to what we saw a few seasons back. In
2 and
Ignited.
15?
And had some
That's
success in
brutal,
triple
bro.
holds. And actually, it was pretty common tactic at that point. And I think Delena feels confident to be able to land shots here on that hero. Vinny, again, this is going to be the name of the game here. Just sit on this point 24/7. Delena trying to get a pick on a Dune. Off the dive is still holding on at this point. The point is still moving. Vinny ready to go back in. Dune now being, good play here from Delena, who should find this. Burns a lot of cooldowns. Instead, is going to drive him away. Find some more time for the backliner. Still holding on here in this front. Be clean.
Yeah, this is just like sustain comp all the way through. Forget damage. They've got Loki Lamp. They've got the
Yo, Slateful for 2 months. Appreciate it. Hope you're having a great day.
This comp a bit, but they're able to now keep him alive. He challenges Doomed on that matchup, wins that. Now TTK, oh my goodness, able to get the quick eyes on him. 7th place matches it, but man, this is just gonna be tough to burn through because even if you get through this, you have Born Again, you have a portal at play. There goes Delena, does have the passive res though.
Yeah, passive res available. It's not quite there here. It looks like that's going to be a big sweep. I don't even know.
Z-Ray for 5 months. Appreciate it as well. Hope you're having a great day.
Because they just don't have a chance of making it happen, no matter what. He's going to get chased down. So yeah, it's going to drop back to the team.
Damn.
Cancel that out. Delena will still be holding on to that passive res. Yeah, I mean, here comes the portal play. Yeah, they're going to play on the ambulance. No, this is fine. This is totally fine. Again, both sides looking good right now.
Yeah, because Delena fell, but it was like close enough to this res in Born Again that allows them to sustain it. And Winnie also has it, so they're going for just like kill the time as much as possible, right? As now they have to find a pick early, locate that Delena. But even going back to last year, when Delena was so slippery as the Atom, really good awareness and situational placing of where he needs to go. Beater in, ready to rock for Iffy. What do they decide to do here? As Millennia going to throw up the invisible boundary? Can they find self from it? Self-defines Tones.
A lot of commitment there, though. It's still, I mean, that was really well played by 100 Thieves. Vinny dives backline. Tone's going to be back in the fight. Numbers are even. Meteor M goes up for Iffy here. Is that going to land? The res is still available from Delena and Winnie, or at least, pretty much Winnie can copy whatever he wants at this moment, depending on what they need. Redis going to find TTK. Stick Drift now going to be up a number, but the res comes out from Delena. And use that aggro to bring everyone back quickly. Not going to worry too much about being safe with it. Iffy drops Vinny. Millennia. Delena going to bring Vinny back, and that's why you commit heavy when you have that Karmic Revival out, because it doesn't matter. You're right back in the fight. In fact, even with a ton of overhealth, and they're still holding on here.
What do you do?
Massive! TTK gonna find everyone a Clark Trucks. This is a lot of commitment, though. Not all needed. Now, hoping the Sia's there,
what do you enjoy watching more? Prime Overwatch League or this? Marvel Rivals.
Wow, Thieves!
Streamers couldn't watch.
Damn.
Overwatch League back then because we would get DMCA striked because they streamed on
They just
YouTube.
don't have any huge burst damage, but damn, do they have a ton of burst
They didn't allow
sustain.
watch parties.
I don't even think that's a word, but either way, able to push through. Now you're having to just swap to something that can pump out more. Regis going on the Moon Knight after those nerfs. Didn't think we'd even see him here in Ignite. Either way, pushing through. But man, if the Lina even gets close to this ult again, it's gonna be curtains.
Yeah, Doom trying to commit. Good push away there from the side of Millennia. Try to buy some time. And what a delete.
Oh.
Good by Doom. Great focus from the back line to ensure that does not get value. Now they're even at ultimates. Tones holding on to his training in prison. Again, these were in this position shortly, or on their attack, excuse me, and they were able to make it work. Self drops Iffy, and now it's dicey once more for Stick Drift. Tones still has that. Oh, the Feast comes out, trying to force some staggers here. Regis makes a switch to Moon Knight. It's been a while since we've seen
10
this
seconds,
hero
chat.
being played.
10 seconds.
Yeah, either way, it comes down to this last moment. Look for Tone's ult here. Can he line it up with the most important wombo combo with the Moon Knight for the dreams of the upper bracket and the upstep?
TTK almost has his ult again.
Regis has the hand, ready to call with the Egyptian god answer. Now as they look for the setup, Tone's
Combo.
trying to find his moment in his window.
There it
Ship, here
is.
it is.
There it is. Able to get through it. Wow! It's
Right, wait, he's gonna res himself. He's gonna res himself.
This might have been enough here.
Where is he? Where is he? Where is he?
Three as OT is
He better
still
do it quick,
moving
bro. He
forward.
better do it quick.
Oh my
Oh, going up.
goodness! What a battle!
What season is this, dude? This is season 1. Like, it's going back to Adam Warlock. We've had the Hella Namor show up. I mean, everything's back. Born again. Will they lose or win again? Up goes the battle.
Ooh, good copy. Oh, good
Oh,
copy,
goes
but
up
he
the
instant
beast, but
died
it's
in his
Tones able to
ult.
find one as well. And now Stickers are back up in numbers by 2. Meteor available here. Doom's able to drop TTK. And all
Wait,
of
I
these
didn't
are
see
falling.
TTK's ult, but
This
I
could
was
be it
watching
for
Winnie.
Stick
Winnie.
Drift on point 1. They need it. They will get it. What a clutch attack.
Wow, bro.
Oh my
Wow,
gosh. Go back
wow,
to the tried and
wow.
true,
I'm
and
pretty
at this
sure
point,
100
the
Thieves could have won that, but they
Adam.
fumbled. They
But,
had
I mean, just
Vinny's
the
ult
perfect amount of
almost. They had
sustain, and now they
TTK's
end up
ult.
matching
They had
exactly what
Self's
Thieves
ult,
did.
bro.
Bring it
Oh
back to
my.
Portal. Why not continue to just drain
They
the
could have
clock
probably
off this
gotten
time, keep
Millennia's
the
ult,
confidence
bro.
working. Shib, they are absolutely putting Stick Drift to the test.
If he carried that fight, if he carried that game, bro, if he did not get that kill, this game would be over.
Yeah, I mean, this has been some textbook Marvel.
Yeah,
Rivals.
true,
Like
true.
multi-season
EMEA
right
could
now.
never.
I think
True.
They're sticking on this comp, which I'm not 100% sure about. The portal commitment goes out, Self goes up with the meteor end, looking for somebody. Keeping DD away at that moment, just going to yeet it downtown, not going to land. Now eyes back forward.
Come on,
And
man.
Doom,
You're looking
who's
like
trying to
Tony
find the
Snell
backline
out there with
plays.
these
Instead,
ults,
gonna
bro.
have to drive away again. It's all about time here. The point doesn't move because look at Vinny just stalling that point for days, and that is what Cap and Venom do so well. It's all about this point. It doesn't matter what your stats look like if the point doesn't move.
Yeah, I mean, they know the win con, right? Like, here it is. Can they survive throughout it when he's going to throw the lamps out that do keep things alive enough? And Millennia as well, they find nothing. And that is everything as a minute 20 remains. And they're able to stay healthy throughout it. They might fall here, but either way, Delina at 70%, the passive's ready to go as well. They've got to find value from this Gambit ult, or can it be an early curtains? They find 3 ship.
Yeah, good play here now. It's just so back and forth. It's so awesome to watch. Regis gonna drop TTK. Regis, somebody stop
That's still a
him
really
right
good
now.
hold. Only
As he's
60
looking for a
seconds, bro.
three-piece and a side of fries.
Only
Well
60
done by
seconds,
the Moon
and
Knight,
100
I'm telling
Thieves
you
was
what,
building
we haven't seen
ults,
this
bro.
character play in like the pro scene like at all. So welcome back to the Moon Knight.
Yeah, Moon Knight definitely taking a step back after what were some major nerfs, but still does one thing great, and that's cook up the ult and the tried and true that we continue to see. Good on placement there and pressure. Obviously going to feed up some of the strategy ults that you do have to look out for. Either way, Winnie getting close to it. The Lina as well. The Born
They almost have
ready to
another
ring through the
combo.
whole
They just
Marvel
used their
zombies
combo, and they almost have another
right
one.
at
That's
you here.
insane.
Was a massive
That is
the
insane.
abyss here with the Rocket Raccoon earlier. Will they roll it again? Looks like Stick Drift is hanging on to it.
Yeah, I think the idea now for Thieves is like you're saying, just get that res available. It's very difficult. Oh, what an eye again. TTK is just not missing those right now, but nobody goes down. The Sia gets launched here as an answer from Silent Blaze. They're trying to wait that out. There goes the res. Everybody back in the fight. TTK retaking point priority. Trying to take this away from them. Comes in, takes out 2.
Wait, this might be game. This might be game.
It doesn't matter when they're all res. Back in the fight. Overtime is ticking down. The porter play needs to come through. Iffy making the switch over to Strange. Regis trying to keep this KO streak alive. It almost does. Out goes the Moon. Does it get a pick? It does. On to Delana.
Wait.
The portal comes through. Are you kidding
There's
me
no
right
way,
now?
bro. There's no way.
Absolute cinema here as quickly It is the last hits.
It's a neutral. It's a neutral versus neutral, chat. Both teams are coming up on Gambit. It's a race to the Gambit ult. Whoever gets Gambit ult first wins, I think.
Iffy putting on the forward drive and nothing but neutral. Millennium's gonna have that Gambit ult. Gonna press Q as quick as possible. Give his team the upper advantage.
Oh, can Logan get it? Can Logan get it? Can Logan get it? He did get it. But there's no one on the cart, bro. There's no one on the cart.
Win away. What a game. And way to make this series an absolute banger for everyone in the stands, man. That was a blast. Well done.
That is experience, buddy. That is composure. And that is the team that has been challenged again and again and continue to find the new identity that is them.
Everyone that voted on STD. See, chat, this is why you trust J3, bro.
When it matters most and getting away in that getaway card once again. But
this is why you trust J3.
To cast that with you. And from a viewer perspective, what a way to have
I'm not trolling.
Man,
I am 6
nuts,
for
dude.
7
I
predictions today.
express it
Only
enough.
one
That was
wrong.
just so fun.
Which
I mean, they didn't
Sentinels
run the
kind of
gambit on
threw,
the
but
defense.
you
I'm
know,
curious to
that's
ask
not
them
my
about
fault.
that. Clearly don't necessarily